What up, everybody, and welcome to League Wide Wednesdays. I'm your host, Miss Phins. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through. Thank you very much. Hit that like button, share, subscribe before I murder people. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for coming through. Let me go ahead and bring in, obviously, the man, the myth, the legend, my co-host, Mr. Culler Commentary.
Well, good evening, Miss Phins and Miss Phins audience. How y'all doing?
What's up, audience? How you doing, audience? We appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for coming through, guys. Listen, we got a fun show for you guys. I know a lot of you guys are brand new. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you. Today, like we do every single week, we're gonna be discussing our weekly schedule reviews or recaps. We're gonna talk about our pick'ems for next week, week 16, and then we will be finishing off our what are we doing again? The impact player segment, which is definitely one of our favorite segments for sure. So let's go ahead and get this puppy started, guys. Again, hit that like button, guys. Hit the like button. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's discuss yesterday's game. Excuse me, this the past week 16's games. And what we got here are week 15. We had the Thursday night football game, Rams 12, 49ers 6. How do the Rams score 44 against the flipping Bills, but then score 12 versus the 49ers? That is called matchups, ladies and gentlemen. It's
That's
straight
called a sugar crash. Right there. That's what
up.
that's called.
For real. For real. Hit that like button, guys.
Oh, the
Hit that
49ers
like
got a
button.
really stout, staunch defense. Let's be
They
real.
do.
There's
Come on. Nick Bosa and them, of course. You got the
Fred
Chiefs.
Warner and Fred Warner playing on a injured ankle, like it's not even injured. You know,
Exactly. The man is a monster. We've got the Chiefs at Browns, 21-7. Bengals winning 37-27.
mm,
Commanders just edging
barely squeaking
out
by the Saints. Well, that's
the
Derek Carr
Saints.
playing with pride. That's what that
Yeah,
is.
of course. Ravens taking care of again yet another NFC East team. And the New York Giants 35-14. Yeah, the Cowboys beating the Panthers 30-14. Jets beating the Jaguars
Mm,
32-25. Dolphins
mm.
succumbing to the Texans 20-12.
Mm. I want to I want to get back to that score real quick.
We'll get
Wasn't
that in
my
a second.
score? Oh, I thought we were doing them real quick, like getting blasted.
Okay, then yeah, let's do it. Then let's
Yeah,
do it.
quick thought on
You,
that game. I didn't want to drag out each one either. I've
that's fine.
been
Perfect. You said
nursing a migraine for 3 days.
27-26, bro. 27.
27-26 is what I said. Oh, okay.
I said 35-31. Dolphins win if we score 30. If not, 28-24.
Oh,
We are
right,
both.
because I said that our defense that they might overachieve by 3 or 4 points on our defense, and they actually underachieved by 2 or 3 points.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we got one, two, three, four, five of them straight. Rams, Chiefs, Bengals, Commies, and Ravens.
Mhm.
We all got them straight. We both picked the
Mm.
Panthers, so we obviously lost that one. I picked the Jets. I put 22-16. You picked the Jaguars. Obviously, our scores was definitely not it.
Well, Michael
Um,
K says Carr didn't play. Oh wow, that's even worse. Well,
that is even more. What's
that's Kamara.
up?
That's Kamara playing with pride.
Ah, there you go, Kamara. Then we've got the Colts at Broncos. Broncos whooping the
Hmm.
Colts. We both picked the Broncos. I had it 24-18. You had it 28-20. Ended up being
Which gives us
31-13.
a little hope because the Colts have to lose to a set of pretty bad teams for us to get in the playoffs. So that actually
Yeah,
kind of,
that's yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, being that they can't even compete with the Broncos like us, um,
Mm-hmm.
they might actually lose one of those against those bad teams on the rest left on their schedule.
I get it. I get it. Hit that like button, guys. What's up, Michael Vision? What's up, Michael K?
I think they got 2 division opponents, Miss Phins, Titans and Jags left. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, no, no. You're right. I think they do. So it's gonna be very
Mm.
interesting with that.
I do want to say hi to Aquavision, who is always consistently making sure to say hi and recognize me, you, wherever we're at. And he is, I would
Aquavision
say, he is
will.
becoming the model of consistency when it comes to that. And
Agreed.
we could only hope that whatever quarterback plays for us in the future has that kind of consistency.
Amen. Amen, dude. Then we got the two games of the week, ladies and
Look
gentlemen.
at this one.
The two Super Bowl preview games. Bills at Lions, 48-42 final. I picked the Bills. You picked the Bills. We both picked it in the 30s. I had 37-34. You had 34-31. It went way higher than that. So that was
The
very
same game
interesting.
script, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. We pretty
Just
much
we
said
needed
I
more
told you.
scoring.
Because I told you it was they had the Bills ended up having the dress rehearsal versus the
Mm.
Rams, and
Well,
that's the only reason why I picked the Bills this time. If not, to me, they
yeah.
were gonna get destroyed by the Lions.
But for my part, what I had said was that the Bills, if you look back, I hate giving them credit for anything, but if you look back at their recent history, they tend to bounce back well after an embarrassing loss.
Uh huh.
And it usually doesn't matter whether that team is a good team or not. You know what I mean? So
True. True.
the thing about it is, I kind of knew that these offenses would break through these top defenses at some point. That's why we predicted, the 30s.
Yeah.
But man, both the Bills and Lions defense are showing some wear on the season.
Super weird. And the
They
Lions
ended up
just got
getting way
even
more
more.
inflated.
Lions got even more injuries. I think they got two more defensive players injured
I
this
mean,
game versus the Bills too.
that's 86 points in 2 games against
I know.
Buffalo's defense.
That's insane. It's crazy.
We want to call our
Oh,
defense trash. No
for real. Then we got the other Super Bowl matchup potential. Steelers at Eagles. I'll tell you this, my brother was not happy. I absolutely had the Steelers winning this game. I don't know what happened. I mean, I do, but I don't want to talk about. I'm not trying to put any more salt in
worries,
it.
Michael K. I wasn't throwing shade. It is what it is, man. You know what I mean? It happens. I'm not one of those people that knee jerks about a defense having a sloppy game or a bad game. I know what y'all got. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because at least their offense could put up points. Moving on. The Eagles definitely beat the Steelers. We both
And
beat
that
the
was rough. I
Steelers.
really wanted to see the Steelers pull this one out, man.
Me too. I really did. But as long as they win out, if the Steelers win out and the Bills lose one game and the Kansas City Chiefs lose one game, which I think they will, Steelers have the number one overall seed, by the way. Just so you know. I looked at that. It was awesome. Then we got the Patriots at Cardinals. Cardinals ended up winning. I picked the Patriots. You picked the Cardinals. You had it 23-20. I had it 21-18. Ended up being 30-17. It happens. You know what I mean? Young
Mm-hmm.
Buck, but it's still a good game. And then the Buccaneers sticking it to the Chargers, man.
Mm-mm.
You were right. I, sir, was wrong. You picked 34-29. I picked 25-23. Chargers. Ended up being 40-17. It gives me
Yeah,
hope.
Chargers having another week having a problem scoring. I didn't expect that.
I wasn't expecting that either, which leads me to believe that they could drop one of their last three, which would be beneficial for us. Specifically, the next one coming up because they are heading into Denver, and it
Oh, we're going
looks
to talk
like.
about that, I'm sure,
Oh, I
before
know,
the
I
night's
know,
out.
I know, but hey,
Because
but
I got my opinion on who we should be
I know,
rooting for in tomorrow night's game.
I know. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Then we got Packers at Seahawks for that Sunday night football game. Packers 30, Seahawks 13. We both beat the Seahawks, so obviously we got that wrong. I said 26-23. You said 28-21.
I thought Seahawks
So
would have been more competitive for some reason.
yeah, I didn't expect them to just. I don't want to say they rolled over, but they didn't really do
Yeah,
much.
especially in their house.
Yeah, that's the
12
part that
man,
got me.
that's rough.
the part that got me
Maybe
a
I
little.
think maybe the 12th man is starting to give up on Gino. What do you think?
No, no. I just think the team might be a little bit too tired right now. It's a long
Oh,
season, and now
Lockett
they want
got
to.
hurt. I think Lockett got hurt in the game too.
And I think if you take a look at it, dude, like they're trying to add an extra. What, we're 17 games. They're trying to add 3 more games to the
Hmm.
season. It's
Hmm.
insane. What
They
the heck
can't
are you
do it
gonna do?
without raising the roster.
You gotta
They
raise
just can't.
you gotta raise the roster, and
And
on
you
top
got to
of it,
raise
too,
the salary cap because of that.
okay, and now also too, you have to give 2 bye weeks per team
That's what
minimum.
I agree. That's what I don't think too. Again, Miss Fins, I've already been on the record a dozen times on this, but not 2 bye weeks, 1 bye week, and one mandatory personal bye week. So that could come at any week. Every player has to have a week off apart from the bye week.
That's too much problems, too much managing, and bull. No,
Agreed, but I think it also adds it peppers in a nice little bit of extra strategy in the seasonal game. You know what I mean?
yeah, but nah,
I
bro,
like it.
it's too much stress.
I'd be all
I
over
mean, it's a
it.
great
So,
idea. I don't think they'll do it,
see,
but it's still a
maybe
good. It's
maybe
interesting.
maybe
It's
it's
interesting.
maybe it's my own bravado because I don't really see it, other than the aspects that I don't know about the
Plus, it would
paperwork.
kill
Well,
if somebody's dealing with fantasy and all of a sudden last minute, oh, I'm just gonna take my personal. Yo, that's kind of
no,
murder
no, no,
pages,
they
even if they
can't
don't want
take
to
it.
do
It
it.
has to be ordered by the coach. It's, in other words, they don't get to choose when that week is. The coach chooses. And so what I'm
That's
saying is,
correct. What
call
up,
me,
JC?
say it's bravado, but if you take away all the paperwork and the interpersonal actions and leading of men and all that, other than that part of head coaching, to me, if I was a head coach, it seems pretty simple job. You know what I mean? And so it's like I trust my own knowledge of football and skills to know that if you were to add that requirement that I sit one of my guys once in this every guy once in the season, then I
It's gonna
would
be
find
tough,
that
dude.
easy to assimilate into my to other the other things that I have to strategize for every week. You see what I'm saying? And I think it would
I see
be,
what you're saying.
I mean, because it also gives you, like, it could give you an advantage on a given week. Oh, is that team now forced to sit their quarterback on me because I know they got a more important game next week, or whatever, and they got to do it at some point in the season, and it might be week 14 before, or
You're
then there
right.
might be the coaches that just give their whole team an extra bye week. You know what I mean? And sit everybody at once and try to steal a win with the skeleton crew. All kinds of strategy could be implemented, is all I'm
It'll
saying.
be. It's just too much, bro.
There
It'll
are
be
just
a
so
little
many
too much.
different ways to approach it that I think it would
Yeah,
make the game better. I think that
it
the
would.
seasonal game, you know what I mean, Miss Vins? Not the game itself, but the
It'll be like an
seasonal game.
end game. It'll be an end game within the end game. I get.
Exactly.
It's
But
the
there's
same
that already
crap that
exists.
the
That already
basketball
exists. That
has
already
right now.
exists. I'm saying the game that within the game that already exists is boring, and that would spice it up.
It will definitely.
Anyway,
Excuse me, spice it
not
up.
to drag
JC
that
said,
one out.
no, 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 you're good. JC said they need to get rid of preseason and just add another bye. I understand that, JC, but in every professional league, it don't matter how many, even if it's one game, you have to have at least one preseason game.
Mhm.
You have to, period. Actually, if anything, you should have 2 preseason games at minimum. Why is that? I mean, no matter what league you're talking about, soccer, basketball, football, baseball, it doesn't
Yeah, they have
matter.
to get
You
acclimated.
have to get game time ready. If not, you're gonna have catastrophic injuries, and
Or you're just gonna have
nobody.
those 2 games in the first 2 games of the season. Take your
But
choice. Do you
but
want
but
2
but
losses on the season because you didn't have preseason games, or do you
but
want,
true. But also too, that means that you're devaluing the early part of the season,
that's what I'm saying. And it
which
already
is
look how it was
bad.
devalued this year.
Which is bad.
I mean,
But you know what they can do?
you got a mess of 6 and 8 teams that all have a chance to still make it to the playoffs, Miss
It's
Vince.
insane to me. I don't know
It's
how the heck that's
ridiculous.
happening. Yeah. But you know what?
The
You know what's
league has
interesting?
been absolute trash this year
I
overall.
agree. I agree. But you know what's interesting? They can do what they started doing about 10 years ago, where you remember by week like 12, we already knew who the playoff teams were, and nobody really was paying attention to like week 13 and on or something like that. Like the last like 5 weeks, no one really cared
Right.
until they changed in the schedule where they forced teams to have their divisional games at the end of the last 6 weeks. It's like, damn, I can't even take off because if I don't win these divisional games, I don't even know if I'm gonna have the division in week 18 or week
Right.
man,
Right.
week 17. It's
Well,
like
you
I
know what?
have to play these
You kind of
teams.
make a good point for
So
a
they
structure
can,
that is like you put all the conference and interconference games at the beginning of the season so that it is a lot of exhibition anyway because these teams don't face each other a lot and the outcomes are less predictable. You know what I mean? And then once everybody goes through that, they all start facing each other to compete for their division. I think that's a great idea. That's a great
yeah,
idea. Put all
yeah,
6 division games at the end of the season. You know what I
that
mean?
would be very
For
tough because
everybody.
at the end, if you have to think about it, that means that you're
Because that
having all these division games, right? In the
mhm.
last 6 weeks, you're gonna mean to tell me you're about to have all injured. Essentially, it's gonna the battle of the healthy because
Right. That's
at
what
the
I'm
end of the
saying.
week,
That's a great idea. Because
like,
you would
well,
basically be saying,
I just want to get credit.
right, you would just basically be saying, hey, all these teams have, 11 games to fight through in against opponents that don't affect their division standing. Then they all come in on that same footing, having gone through all that, and then we get to find out who the best team in the division is.
Dude, that would be
That's a
crazy.
great
I mean,
idea, Miss Phins. That is a smashing idea.
you're welcome,
Home
guys.
run,
You're
man.
welcome. That's all I do. Just homers,
That would
baby,
almost
homers.
be sort of like a play-in,
Essentially, yeah, which is what the NBA is doing. Which, funny enough, the WNBA already does because
but
they're
it
kind of
wouldn't actually be a play-in. It wouldn't be a play. It wouldn't have the negative effect of a play-in, but it would still act like one.
it. Yeah, but the thing is, it would still wouldn't diminish the other games at the beginning or middle of the season because you
Or
still
the
need
sport,
conference
or the
games.
sport itself,
Yeah,
right?
because you still need conference games to win
Right, right.
to
But
make
you
sure
got
you
to
get into
also
the playoffs.
realize that everybody's in the same boat. So if I have to make sure I'm right and I take a 9-2 record into that final divisional part of the season, or if I take a 6-5 record into that, I can still if that 6-5 record is the reason that I got myself right, then I might still be able to tear up my division. In other words, my six
Mm.
and
What's
five
up,
might
baby?
still my 6-5 might still be better than them because if you put them in my schedule, then they might have went 6-5 too. You see what I'm saying?
It
You
almost
don't
makes
know
it
that
kind of like
until the division
college.
games start and the coin is flipped. You know what I mean? That's a
It'd be
great
murder.
idea, man.
It'd be
Wow, that's
it'd
a
be
great idea.
murderous row, but I'm glad that you
You got to
like it.
put that in writing, man. That is an
What's up,
absolute great
baby?
idea, man.
Well, just so
And
you
you
know,
could even have two. You could even have two bye weeks
oh, you'd have to
between
have, in my opinion,
between between the two
week.
sections of the season.
Yeah, week at the
Brilliant, man.
beginning,
Brilliant.
and then right before the divisional weeks start
Right,
out.
maybe one bye week through the first 11, and then
Yeah,
a bye week between the sections of the season for everybody. No football at all. Make it Christmas time so nobody has to watch football during Christmas. No, that's a dumb idea.
that's
But
a dumb idea,
make
but
it a time of the year when nobody absolutely cares about football. The problem with that is the networks will not allow a week to go by without no football being on the TV.
yeah.
That's the
But you
problem
can
with that.
still have the same scattered bye weeks. It's
So
just
I guess
you
the
have to
buy
cap
wouldn't
it.
work. Right, the buy wouldn't
You
work.
just have
You
no,
know,
it would. But what you can do
it still
is
have to be scattered. Right, right.
hold
It
up.
still have to be
The
staggered.
first the first part of it, you'd have to have it between like the first 8 weeks of the
Hmm.
season, and then the second part of it, you'd have it in between the last 6 games.
Right,
So
right,
you'd have three divisional bye week and then three divisional.
right.
Man, I'm shooting from the hip, baby.
Like maybe
Mm,
right. Everybody has to have a bye before those divisional games are up. Right,
exactly. Or right in the middle of the divisional games.
right.
That'd be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. AB, what's up, AB? Raphael, welcome, welcome. Funny article
Oh,
about
oh,
Dolphins
oh,
signing McKenzie.
AB just gave a solution for the double buy for the second buy being league wide. He's saying make one conference play one week and the other conference play the other, so the networks still get their football and everybody gets a buy at the same time. You know what I mean?
Bro, we need to be hired by the NFL
I'm telling
schedule
you.
people, bro. Like we're making magic
Well, every
here.
once in a while, AB's noodle cracks out something smart. You know what I mean? Every once in a while.
Well, I'll tell you this, AB. I appreciate you here. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through. Hit that like button, guys. Hit the like button. We got the last two games real quick. You got Bears, Vikings. Vikings tearing it up like we knew they would. I said 38-16. You said 20-7. I think we were in the same atmosphere.
Yeah,
Let's put
pretty
it that
much. I
way,
mean, yep, yep.
Falcons 15-9.
Well, I hope I said
Holy
9-6
smokes,
on that game.
bro. You put 13-10, and I said seven.
I did,
I said
didn't
17 to
I?
14. Like literally, we had the same idea.
That's
Like,
hilarious.
I love it. I love it. I
Well,
love
the
it,
Falcons did their job for me, plus 2 points. Raiders, come on, get to the 10.
dude. That's hilarious. And let's take a look at real quick the
Oh,
thank us on,
quickly,
ladies and gentlemen.
Raiders will be starting Desmond Ritter this week
Oh, that is a
for any
league
of those that
wide
for
information.
any of those out there that believe a quarterback sometimes just needs to be find the right spot, check out, get a chance to check out whether he's improved or advanced or taken any steps or not.
And Desmond Ritter, no, the Falcons have elected to have
No,
also too.
they traded Desmond Ritter to the Raiders last year.
Yes, but also the Falcons have placed Michael Penix Jr. as their starter this week.
Oh, right,
In,
that's another one. Yeah.
in case you didn't
But
know.
everybody kind of every he that's his first shot. I'm talking about for those that follow the lesser grades that think they might
Yeah.
become a guy one day because they got some good skills. You get a chance to see Desmond Ritter's third go at it. You know,
Yeah. I knew this crap was gonna happen.
I mean, remember
Hold on.
Geno Smith had 11 goes before he did it. So
Well, guess what? He did it though. Did he not?
right.
Like
So
he
I'm just saying
happened.
for
So
those that follow those guys,
yeah.
Desmond Ritter's getting the start in for the
I'm
Raiders this
happy
week.
for him. You know, I like guys getting opportunities. So let's go over the mock. Let's go over the draft real quick. You got Vegas at number one, Giants two, Patriots three, Jags four, Carolina five, Tennessee six, Browns seven, Jets eight, Chicago nine, Saints 10, Dolphins 11, Colts 12, Bengals 13, Dallas 14, 49ers 15, Atlanta 16, Arizona 17, Seattle 18. You also have your Chargers at 19, Tampa Bay at 20, Rams at 21, Commanders at 22. Soon to be, thank God, the Washington Redskins. Let's keep it moving. The Denver Broncos at 23, Baltimore Ravens at 24, Houston at 25, Pittsburgh at 26, Green Bay at 27, Minnesota at 28, Buffalo at 29, Philly at 30, Detroit at 31, and Kansas City Chiefs at 32, ladies and gentlemen. And that is your 2025 draft order after week 15.
See, you know what's funny? All those teams in the top 10 or top 15, we'll say,
Yeah.
all the ones with minimal wins. All of these teams are those teams that are convinced that you have to tank and blah 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 and you got to get a high draft pick. Yet it's interesting that the last four on the list, they all draft in that same spot every single year, just about lately. And
Yeah, you
yet,
just said the last six. Yeah.
yeah, and yet
They're
it hasn't
always
affected
in
their
it.
team
Yeah, that's what
whatsoever.
I was gonna say.
They're still
They're
the same
always
spot
in it.
every year.
God,
They're
it's
not
so
going, oh
frustrating.
my God, we
How
might
the
only
heck?
draft 29th this year. No, because they don't
It don't
care where
matter.
they're drafting.
Exactly. It's so frustrating. Wait, Commanders are going back to Redskins? Yes, sir. They are.
So
They
why are people convinced that a first round 30th overall is any worse than a first round 5th overall?
People are people. Oh, that's all I can say, buddy.
They literally think one guy is going to make a difference between 29 others. It's
That's
a
what they think.
guarantee. You know what I mean? Like, what? Oh, anyway.
And then, funny enough, to add to that, these that are top 10, like these teams that are top 10 are almost always picking top 10, top
Well,
15, almost always.
the easiest
But they
example,
never
obviously, Miss
do
Vince,
that.
the most obvious example is Lamar Jackson. Go back to his draft class, see what you find. I
That was
mean,
a good one. 2018.
and I'm not just talking about the quarterbacks. I'm talking about all the star players that were going to transcend that team that all those teams picked before Lamar Jackson. All of the ones that thought we're good at quarterback, we'll get this star defensive lineman. Go back and look at Lamar Jackson's draft class. See what you find.
I get it, man. I get it. I totally get it. I get it. But anywho, let's keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen. This is week 16. Our pick'ems. Oh, by the way, you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 5, sir. Congratulations. Dude, you were killing it this week. 11 and 5. I think you beat me, bro. Dude. Mhm. 5. And I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, I did technically beat the Texans over the Dolphins, but I always have to pick the Dolphins. So even though I want to give myself this, it's up to
Well, the
you.
problem with this pick'em league is if you don't get out early, if you have one bad week, that's it. Because Michelle and Finsanity are not going to have a bad week. They just aren't. So yeah, I have great weeks. My overall in 14th place, my percentages are still actually really good and really high. The problem is there's no way to come back because Michelle and Finsanity are not going to, they are so consistent that they are not going to have a bad week. They are not going to give you a window to make a comeback. It just
Full
ain't going to happen. So,
rare. Uh,
you got to be that good in this pick'em league. You got
dude.
to be almost perfect
By the way,
every
what's
week.
up, G man? How you doing, sir? Welcome, welcome, dude. You almost went perfect in the Impact Players. You could say you went
I
perfect.
mean, I had a perfect week this year, I think. Maybe one.
Baker, Joe Mixon, Mike Evans, Kelsey, and Bucks defense, bro. You went perfect this week.
Yeah.
Obviously, you had the Dolphins defense, but I'm not gonna fault you for that. If you give me the
What do you
Texans,
mean? What do you mean? Whatever. I know we lost and we don't give it for losses. But even in my loss,
I'd still take the Dolphins
my
defense.
defense was impactful.
Hell yeah, I agree. I had two of my dumb self. Gibbs, Tyreek, Fryermuth, Dolphins, and Lions. I took a massive L up and down on that one, but whatever. Let's keep it moving, peeps. Guys, we are so close, guys. Look at that. We are so close. We are 411 peeps away from our 2,000 goal, guys. We're so close. Let's make it happen. But we can do that with you guys. So shout out to everybody watching on Twitter and Twitch. Please do me a favor. If you like the content so far, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Follow Color over there at Color.com. And also follow Miss Phins. Thank you so much. Please, please, sir, ma'am, please, can you please go ahead and subscribe to the channel? Thank you. That's about as English as I can get. There's nothing else after that. So moving on, peeps. First can shout out to me. Yes, G-Man, shout out to you. Lion, what am I talking about? Broncos at Chargers. This is a Thursday night football game. Hold up. Before we
Mhm.
get into this game, because this is a huge game for us, I wanna wait on this game.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
I'm
That
gonna
way
leave
we
the
can get
box.
the bulk of the. That way we
Thank
can
you.
get the bulk of the show done
Let's
before
get the
we
rest out. Exactly.
spin off
I'm gonna
into.
leave the box. I'm gonna leave the box there, but we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Texas Chiefs. This is an interesting one. Patrick Mahomes is dealing with a high ankle sprain. Rumored he might not be available this week. And the Texans, they're kind of feeling a little bit themselves. I'm still taking the Chiefs just because I just can't pick against them. But I do think they will drop one game, and it's gonna be versus the Broncos, in my opinion.
Mm, mm.
So I'm gonna go Chiefs, low scoring, 18-16. Very low scoring. What do you got?
Chiefs 27-17.
27-17. All right, cool, cool, cool. Oh, the schedule from last year. Moving on, we've got Kansas City. By the way, it is favorite 3.5 points. It's a pick 'em, guys. I mean, they're favorite. This is right here a potential AFC championship game, ladies and gentlemen. Potential. I said potential. Should be a really good game. By the way, I forgot, ladies and gentlemen, we got Christmas next week. We have 2 weeks left in this year, guys. We got Christmas, well, Christmaka, which is what we call, because Christmas and Hanukkah is happening at the same time, which is pretty cool. Doesn't happen that often, but we call it Christmaka, which is awesome. And that'll be next Wednesday, and then obviously New Year's will be the week after that, Wednesday after that. So this might be our last
Christmas.
League
That's
Wide
me.
Wednesday of the year on Wednesday because nah, bro. I got I got stuff to do for Hanukkah and stuff, and
I
I
like
just
Christmas. That's pretty neat.
Christmaka. Yeah, that's what we call it. And then whenever Hanukkah and Thanksgiving happen at the same time, we call it Thanksgiving. So yeah, we got fancy names for them. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, so tonight will be the last League Wide Wednesday of 2024
Oh,
on
did
a
you see the?
Wednesday.
I'm sorry. Did you see the Die Hard Advent calendar?
No,
There's a Die Hard Advent calendar,
what's
right?
Advent?
And it's the building from Die Hard, right? And the guy
Okay.
Hans Gruber or whatever
Yeah, yeah,
falling
Hans
from the
Gruber.
building. Yeah, he's falling from the building, and when he
Okay,
gets to the bottom, it's Christmas.
that's hilarious. That's hilarious. I like that. Okay, well, uh, so yeah, for 2024, this is our last League Wide Wednesday on Wednesday. We're gonna have to figure out a different day for next week and the week after. We might have to do
Oh, Christmas
next
is
year
on Wednesday.
Christmas. I just literally, what do you think I've said for the last 5 minutes, bro?
Oh,
Christmas is next Wednesday,
oh,
and the Wednesday after that is New Year's
oh,
Eve. So
oh.
yeah, I know it's New Year's Day.
Well,
New
maybe we'll
Year's
do
Eve is Tuesday.
League Tide Tuesday, like the tide to the playoffs. I don't know.
I like that. It's not too bad. I
Mm,
might eat that Tuesday.
that
Okay,
was just a brainstorm. I got better
we
than
can
that, I'm
figure it out.
sure.
That's free. I figure it out. Give me one second.
Total League Tuesday. We got games on Christmas, right? Or no?
Yes, we do. There
So
should
we have
be
to do it by
three
Monday or
games.
Tuesday, right?
We do because might end up having to be Monday.
Well, Monday's Monday Night Football, though.
I know. Everybody and their moms is gonna do it, but then you got Christmas Eve. That's gonna be tough. I'm already being asked to do a different
What
show
about the
on Christmas.
what about Tuesday, Christmas Eve's morning show? Are you planning on doing a morning show Christmas Eve?
Yes, I am.
Well,
Because
maybe we can just preempt
we,
it.
okay, we can do it because I'm off. Okay, so yeah. So I think we can do it. Maybe we might have to do it. Or maybe we can do I can do my regular show and then literally 30 minutes after, poof,
Uh-huh.
League
Right,
One
right,
Tuesday.
right. We call it maybe League Talk Tuesday.
League talk to you. It's done. League Talk Tuesday. Excuse me, it's being penciled in as we speak. League
So
Talk
it's yep.
Tuesday.
So it's LTT this week instead of L Dub Dub, L double dub.
League Talk Tuesday. That's perfect. And that'll be 12, 24, 24. Oh my God. That'll never happen ever again. I love it. What's up, LA
What's up,
Rams? How you
man?
doing? One of our awesome, awesome members, man. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, dude. I appreciate
Possible
you.
good dark horse candidate to win the Super Bowl this year
I'm
on
not
the
gonna
NFC
lie,
side.
with the way the Rams are working, yeah. Right after
Never count a team out that's playing good, play and has a coach like Sean McVay who has already won a Super Bowl. Don't ever count them out. They could still be the Rams that they've been in the past couple years. We have no idea until the games are played.
seriously, I can't wait for August in 2025.
If I was a Rams fan, I'd like my chances right now. I'd be feeling like we're back and people just don't know it yet. That's what I would be feeling like if I was a Rams fan.
Honestly, and they got everybody healthy. They might be the dark horse for the NFC.
Yep.
I'm just
Again,
saying.
agreed.
Just saying.
I mean,
Next game.
we know the Lions are men. You
Oh,
know,
that is
they
true.
got defeated this week by Buffalo. We know Buffalo is men. They got defeated by the very Rams we're talking about. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Shout out to my brother. His birthday is this Saturday. I
happy
love
birthday.
him. I love
Steelers
him.
brother,
No, 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 the other one, the other
the
one.
other brother,
Yeah, the other brother. He
the Cardinals
he's
fan. Or,
no, 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 no. He's a Dolphin
I'm
fan.
kidding.
He's the one that got me into fantasy football. He's the one that's got my niece and nephew. So yeah.
Oh, right on, right on.
Um, but yeah, his birthday is this Saturday, and this Saturday, because we have Christmas and New Year's Day games, teams actually have to literally play earlier for them to play on Wednesday. Essentially, they're like essentially playing two back-to-back Thursday games. If you think about it, like back-to-back weeks. It's weird with the way
Yep,
they did it, but that's how they're doing it
yep.
essentially. So you got the Chiefs Texans. We said that.
Oh,
That's on
that's the other
Saturday.
thing, Miss Finns. A little bit of
Hmm.
league-wide news in case people didn't realize it right on the screen.
Hmm.
Uh, College football regular season is over. We've got Saturday NFL from here on out.
Yep. Which kind of makes sense. It kind of
Well,
makes sense.
they've done it every year. I mean, since
Yeah.
we were kids, they usually start putting Saturday ball on this time of year,
Yeah, just to spread it out
like a
and
full slate. You know what I mean? Or sort of
yeah.
like it's usually sort of like a Thursday, or it's sort of like a Thanksgiving slate.
It really is.
Every Saturday.
Take a look at it. The Texans Chiefs at 1 on
Mhm.
NBC. Then you got
Great
Steelers
game! Wow.
Ravens.
Oh,
That's a great
that
Steelers
Saturday
Ravens.
is going to be better than Sunday this week
Bro, Saturday is
by
gonna
far.
be insane. Shout out
What
to
an
my brother, bro.
introduction!
I love you. Happy early birthday. And you got the Steelers playing the Ravens,
Mm-mm-mm.
who are, by the way, let me hold on, because let me ask him real quick. Give me one.
Yeah, man, that's a very nice introduction to Saturday football this year, NFL. Well
I
done.
know that they were smart by getting those. Those are two really good games that they got to
I ain't
start off
used
the
to
holiday
saying
season.
well done for their scheduling lately. You know, they flexed us out of Sunday night against the Browns.
Yeah, I know. Hold up, I have the Steelers fan over here.
Oh, all right, right.
I know it don't matter. Say
What's
hello.
up? How you been, man?
What it do?
Oh, you can't hear him. Hold on. Let me change the.
I can hear him.
You can hear him. Yeah, but he can't hear you. So
Oh, oh.
hello, hello. Can you hear us now?
What's up, Steel Man?
Can you still hear us?
I think
Oh
I can hear you a little.
no, hold on,
You
wait. It's
gotta.
because I gotta the speaker. I gotta put it on. Okay, can you hear us now?
I can hear you. I've been
Okay,
hearing
there
you.
you
There
go.
you go. There you
What's
go.
up, man? How you been?
Been great. Been great. Doing
Hey,
well. Doing.
man. You guys are back, bro. You got back quicker than we did, man. What can I say? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot. I liked what we did in the off season. Oh, my fault.
Yeah,
In the
they
off
can see
season,
you.
I liked what we did in the draft. We really invested into the guts of the team. Um, I wish we would have done like the second wide receiver spot. I wish we would have put just a little more. We got Roman Wilson, but he's been dealing with some injuries and some stuff, so that sucked. But even with only having one with George Pickens, it can happen and it can work with him out there on field.
hmm
Um,
Fryermuth as well. You know.
Frymouth is very good as exactly. You just need it can work there, but the biggest things was us with the linebackers. One, the O line drafting pieces, the D line there helping bit out, and another safety net that helped us a lot. Arthur Smith helped us a lot, and yeah,
And
with
then
the
of
pass
course
rush that
our
we
our
have.
dubs got to have something to do with that too.
You said what?
I said our dubs got to have something to do with that too.
What do you mean your dubs?
R Dub, the quarterback.
Oh, Russell Wilson.
What's our dove? Oh, that's what he was saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, of course. That's another great. Exactly my point. You see, we got Russ for super
Hold
cheap.
up. Let's make
We
this a
got
little bit
Justin
better. Hold on.
Fields for a sixth round pick. So
Let me make this a little bit better. Hold on, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to League Wide Wednesday. Give us one moment, real quick. Let me change this puppy out so we can go ahead and see each other because clearly we can't. There we go.
Yeah, as well as I don't know if Miss Fins told you or not. Did she tell you about my I actually laid some dollars, $5 on you guys as a dark horse to win the Super Bowl?
oh, look at you. Well, if we stay healthy and we take care of business how we should, then yeah,
Well,
because the
I got
Chiefs
you at
should be
about
one and done.
23 to 1 odds. I couldn't say no, bro, the way
Oh my,
y'all been
yeah,
playing.
that
You
is.
know what I
It's the
mean?
same thing like for the division. We had last place odds in the division. Browns had better odds. Bengals had better odds. Ravens had better odds, of course. And guess what? We win tomorrow. We win the division. Take care of business completely. So I would
Yeah, you guys
say
get to find out right now about that Ravens question. Didn't you already
yeah,
beat them this year?
yes. We've beaten them 8 times out of the last nine. The
Oh,
last time
that
Lamar
means you can
Jackson.
do it. That means you can do it in their house. So you shouldn't have any worries about going into
Exactly.
Baltimore.
Exactly, 100%. The last time what's it called? Lamar Jackson beat us was back in 2019.
Mm.
We know how to go and play and set up for him and make him see
Well, I'd
ghosts
say
on the
for
field.
this game, your biggest asset, if we want to actually talk about the game, your biggest asset this game, I believe, is actually Russell Wilson's play style.
Mhm.
Because one of the reasons we were able to make that comeback we did against the Ravens a couple seasons back is because their secondary, as the game wanes on, can tend to start getting really holy, like Swiss cheese. You know what I mean? And Russell Wilson's whole game is rolling out that pocket and throwing it as deep as he can into a big section of grass. You know what I mean? So if Pickens is in
Mhm.
that big section of grass, that could be a real painful thing for the Ravens all day to deal with.
Oh, 100%. It's just making sure he's able to get there. TJ Watt's already practiced.
hmm
It was limited
Plus
to
the
this.
outlet to Fryermuth, huge
Exactly.
target,
Frymouth
good
is doing great.
hands. You know
We
what I
use him
mean?
more.
Perennial fantasy choice. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. So
yeah,
so
I like your
my
chances, man. I really do.
100%. We just got to go out there, take care of business, play our game how we should play, pass
And
rush.
who makes sure that happens? And that's the biggest reason I like your chances. Who makes sure all that stuff comes together and happens?
Oh, I'll say Mike T.
There you
He
go.
puts his part there.
The man knows his team, Miss Fins. Look at
I I love. Oh,
Hey,
dude,
Hard Knocks. You should watch Hard Knocks. It's
he
been
oh,
keeps
great.
y'all
telling
are
me
on
that.
Hard Knocks this year?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're all lined up.
I
The
gotta
whole
watch that.
NFC,
I gotta watch
AFC
that.
North.
AFC North.
It's amazing.
I gotta watch that. That man. I'm
No,
a big
he's a
Mike Tomlin
genius.
fan. I just am.
He can play any position on the field. Well, maybe not like DT because he don't got the body for that. Sorry, bro, you don't. But other than that, like he can play any position except the D line because they're just big boys and
Well,
I mean. But
just remember that the most important thing to catching a football is your eyes.
There you go. Yeah.
Don't ever forget that. It's
he
what
can dissect.
separates. It's what separates good from great, bro. Is the eyes, man.
Tell, tell
Very
me,
true.
what's your favorite part of the field, offense or defense?
I enjoy playing defense. I like playing defense. Um,
Just like I
All
love
right.
defense.
It's all right.
Just like he knows I love
Xavier
defense.
Howard. I honestly believe Xavier Howard could have a second career as a wide receiver. He catches the ball so good because he understands what I just told you about the eyes.
but if he gets in and out of breaks well, and he's good with his eyes to go catch the rock, which I
Well,
think he
I
is.
mean, if
Yeah.
you got some time one day, go back and look at a highlight reel of him intercepting the ball, and you'll see what I mean, bro.
Oh, he had
The dude
10 interceptions.
Yeah,
the front of his face mask is glued to that ball, no matter when he's catching it, how, where, why. The dude just understands how to catch a football,
I'm just surprised he hasn't been picked up yet.
I know. I'm
which is
surprised
rare
too.
because DBs are usually DBs because they can't catch the football. You know what I mean?
I think it's something either off the field or his agent, or it's
And yes,
waiting for
that was an old
competitive.
wide receiver taking a shot at DBs. Yes, that what that was. Y'all are DBs because you can't catch the football.
Yeah.
That's funny. But he can catch the football and throw it
It's
too.
an old joke. It's an
No,
old
I
trope, man. It
yeah.
goes back
Yeah,
years.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, DBs
But
are
yeah, no,
DBs
I
because
think you.
they're wide receivers that can't catch the football.
I think that this is gonna be a great game. Having it on Saturday, 4:30 on Fox. Right now, it looks like
One o'clock is
the Chiefs Texans
oh
game
yeah, so it's gonna be a very good
Hmm.
game there.
is gonna be a very good Saturday. That's
It's only two
That's
games on
brother
Saturday.
Ham's, yeah, brother Ham's birthday.
Yeah, it
So
looks like
yeah,
two to start with. Yep.
I don't know if he
brethren,
celebrates birthdays anymore. So
stop. We're not gonna discuss that right now. We're live,
They'll
dude.
probably have a bigger
No
slate
humans are
next week.
watching this, and this is the internet's
I know.
forever. But
Oh, and you
yeah,
guys got semi prime time too, 4:30.
yeah,
Yeah,
4:30 on a
exactly.
Saturday. Baltimore
hmm
though is favored by 6.5 though.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I don't care. I don't care about them numbers. Them
Oh, me
numbers
neither.
mean nothing. They had us losing and going fourth in our division. Those numbers mean diddly squat.
You know what? On that note, Miss Fins, I'll make it my upset of the week. Right there. That's easy.
Smart
20%
man.
consensus for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a qualified upset right there.
Smart man. I'll take
I'm
it.
fading the
I'll tell
public
you
for
to take
sure.
take the points now before it gets to like Friday
Exactly.
night
Exactly.
and they get to like four and a
You
half
guys
or
are at
three and a half.
+3.
No, they got
No,
us
I
at
would.
minus.
minus 6.5.
No, they got
Oh,
the
oh,
Ravens at minus 6.5. So we're at plus six
oh.
and
So
a
you're
half.
at +6, plus
Yeah.
6.5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, take
And
that all day long.
yeah,
You guys will
that's
smash
the
right
big.
through that. Especially when I might take the money line on you guys. So if I'm willing to do that, why wouldn't I take the +6.5? You know what I mean?
There you go. The Ravens haven't beat us in so long. We know how to operate and work with them. The only
So there you
way
go, Miss
things
Fins. Pittsburgh is the first underdog on my 3-dog night parlay for this week.
I think that's the easy underdog if we're gonna be honest.
What's
So
the money line on them?
the
Plus
money line on
230.
this
Oh
one
wow, are you
is
kidding me?
he just saw
I
it.
just saw
Unbelievable.
it. 230
Vegas, I implore you.
plus 230.
Wow. That's ESPN bet. That's not even Vegas, but
I said he was like, "What's the money?" Oh my gosh!
I know. Like, okay, what's your score prediction then, Color, so I can put it down?
You go.
um
No, I'm gonna get yours too.
what's
Relax.
the highest? I'll ask the Steelers fan. What's the highest you've scored this year in a
44.
game? 44 in one game?
Yeah,
All
it was
right,
against the Bengals.
I got the Steelers 34 to 33.
1 point game, bro.
Mhm. Justin
Uh,
Tucker misses a
yeah.
59-yard field goal.
50, 59 is mentioned. 59 yards.
Yeah.
That would be insane if that really did happen. I'm sure there has to be one of those parlays that
In the
has
swirling winds of
kickers.
Baltimore.
That's the thing. I have to see what the weather is.
Oh, I can tell
Hopefully
It's
you
it's
right
good.
now.
usually swirling winds, if anything.
Yeah, Baltimore. That's towards the sea.
Now
They
Uh,
Crypto's
got
going
the
to come in here,
weather.
Miss Fins, and be like, "Color's wrong. It's never swirling winds in Baltimore."
It's not true. There it is. What does it say?
it says 34 degrees, but what's the
But cloudy, cloudy. 34 degrees, but cloudy. So
so
See,
that
yeah,
30
you
means
got to
it's gonna
see
cloudy.
be.
it.
Hold
That
on.
usually means air pushing down on the ground. That's swirly windy.
7 miles per hour. This isn't bad. 23 miles per
That
hour
ain't nothing.
gusts. You got to
Yeah,
see
that
how
ain't
much these
nothing.
gusts are.
That ain't nothing.
But
23-mile-an-hour gust winds,
oh,
though.
but that's for that day. You got to go down.
Oh,
Yeah, we got to go
And
down.
you also got to go
Well,
for evening, night, or afternoon because it's 4:30.
oh, so not as much. So it's partly sunny, breezy, and cold. Bundled up. It'll feel like midwinter.
Breezy.
0% chance of rain. So
but the wind at 15 miles an hour.
There you go. Breezy and 15-mile-an-hour winds. All
yeah,
right.
we'll see how that goes.
Okay, what's your score prediction then, bro?
I would say 24-20. I'll say there.
All right. So take
I
the
think
unders on
Eagles win.
everything.
Yeah, see how that
That's probably
goes.
what'll happen. Every time I take the overs on everything, the game is a snooze fest.
It'll be 12-9.
But if
yeah,
I
you
Like the
yeah.
Rams,
but if
12.
I look at it, if I go, well, this is an AFC North game in cold, windy conditions, I would be like, okay, 12-7. But as soon as I say that, they have a shootout. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Because bro, things can happen in one quarter. Like there was a quarter like nothing happened, and then in the fourth quarter, like 30
and even
something
right,
points were scored
and even though
between.
the North is known to be smash mouth, y'all still can put points up too. Like that division can
Yeah,
still have a shootout. They
Yeah, I mean,
have
look at what
because
the
you have to
Bengals have
face
been
the
doing.
Bengals every year, which means you have to be prepared to gun it out.
exactly. Things happen. All you have to do is string together a couple drives. The other team strings it well. Nobody's holding on to the ball for more than 4 minutes a drive. Then yeah, you're getting a lot of
Scoring.
points back and forth. Yeah, especially like in the red zone. That's the thing. We kicked last game. We kicked 6 field goals. But we got into the red zone. I think 4 or 5 times.
Hmm.
We rushed through that pick at that 5 yards away from the end zone. There, it was trying to give a shot to Washington. But we've gotten better at capitalizing while in the red zone. So in capitalizing, let's say instead of 6 field goals, capitalize 3 of those, get a touchdown. You could get in that 24-27 range, but you got to see how it goes. You get a turnover, that flips things. You get, you know,
I got it 27-23. Um, I'm
Going middle of the
slightly,
road.
yeah, I'm gonna be right in between both of yous.
Oh, I'm changing mine. 2-0 Pittsburgh. No, I'm kidding.
yeah, yeah,
Kidding.
good one.
Minka Fitzpatrick with the game-winning safety.
There you go on a safety blitz.
That's funny, but hey, there you have it. This is other brother Fins over here.
Extended game coverage of the Steelers and Ravens
Yes,
in
four
honor
Tune
of
in. Tune in at 4:30.
Brother
on
Steelman.
Get your
Fox.
popcorn.
On Fox, ladies and gentlemen. 4:30 on Fox for the division
Yep.
because you guys win this. That's it. It's over.
Yep.
Like, there's no chance for the Ravens to get it.
Yep.
So that means you clinch the
Wow.
division, and if I'm not mistaken, you clinch the
At
third
least
spot.
at least the third spot. Yeah.
At
Yeah,
least
you
third,
clinched the
yeah.
third spot, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
No, but there is a shot. There is a shot for you guys to get the first overall seed, bro. I figured it out. There is still a chance
You gotta
for the
Buffalo has
Steelers.
to just lose once. And we gotta beat
Buffalo has to lose once.
so we have to beat Baltimore and Kansas City.
Baltimore loses once. Kansas City loses one. Uh,
Yeah,
Bills, not both, not Bills lose one.
not
If the
Baltimore. Man, that's what I meant.
sorry, yeah,
Buffalo.
if Buffalo loses one, and you beat Kansas City after you beat obviously Ravens, you're the number one seed, and all three teams will end with a 13-4 record. But
Yep.
you'd have the tiebreaker over the other two.
Yeah, because
So
we have better conference record at that
exactly.
point.
So there is still a shot. That's why this number one seed is not a gaming for Kansas City or for the Buffalo Bills. The Steelers still are a dark horse team to make the number one overall seed.
Yeah,
And can you imagine
and
if that was the case, dude? With Russ, I already told him out because we talked about it. With Russ, you're getting this Russ that we have. It's like having the Seahawks Russ, the Super Bowl winning Russ, because that's exactly how he's playing with this team. So right now you got the best of both worlds. You only paying him a million change, but he's so cheap. It's insane. It's insane.
yeah,
But
like
love you, bro.
Tua.
Oh yes. Don't
It's a
don't
million.
don't turn
That's the.
don't stab me and turn it, man. Come on, bro. Let me live. Let me survive the night. You gotta twist the blade too, man. Chink chink. Like, come on, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's all good. Hopefully, when we go to resign him, he's reasonable. We get him in that
I think he will be.
35, 40-ish
Hell
range.
no, 30.
You know,
30.
if he's, hey, we're able to get him like Baker Mayfield, signed a 3-year, like
If
100.
he's smart, he'll
You
do
talking
the
about Russell
Brady
Wilson?
route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are cutting bait and going with Justin Fields, bro.
Ah,
You'd be dumb
He
if you didn't.
I think we can either sign both, but I know for sure how they saw this team play out. And with Russ not turning the ball over and being very conscious about, his passes and stuff, I think Mike Tomlin, likes it a lot. Likes it all a lot.
I
And
think if they can sell Russell, bro, the man already has two over $200 million contracts twice. Nobody gets that. You know what I mean? So if you guys can convince him that hey, go the Brady route, build your
yep.
brand. Let's continue to get weapons around you so we can win Super Bowls and you
Mm,
start
so
racking up wins. Dude, you're
so
gonna
it
be a
may just be
king.
a case of staging Russell Wilson to be able to ride off into the sunset a winner. Now, if that happens, if that somehow happens this year,
Yeah.
I think with the fact that Justin Fields got some time in, looked fairly decent in Mike
Yeah, he looked
Tomlin's
pretty
system.
good.
Now Tomlin has a chance to look at Fields' tape as a Steeler, plus the time sitting now he has been. If Russell Wilson gets the job done this year and rides off into the sunset, I think you guys are already still ready to go with Justin Fields full boat.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you did sign him for a 1 year contract
Yeah, we,
too.
we got both of them there.
Now you will stumble out of the gate next year if that were to happen. But I think that all in all, you know what I mean? You'd be right back at the pinnacle pretty quick. If not guaranteeing a winning season again next year, solidifying Mike Tomlin's record as probably one of the greatest of all time in
Oh, he
consistency.
already is.
yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean? Like,
He already is. Multiple Super Bowl winning head coach.
and as
Like,
leader of men, you know what I mean? Like,
it's
hey,
insane.
if you want to learn more about him, how he's like behind closed doors, like I said, the Hard Knocks.
I'm watching it for sure.
Now I have
Man,
to
I
watch.
used to
I'm
go
done with
Shula. I
sports.
used to go like Shula, Belichick. I mean, those are the cliches, but I'd put Mike Tomlin right behind Don Shula.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been phenomenal. Hey, I'm very happy to have this man, and hopefully he's coaching us for us for the next, 15 years,
I'm
20
s-
years.
I'm telling you, you got
Oh yeah,
and
they'll wheel him out, bro, in a wheelchair before he quits, bro.
but I still think he can win two more at least. I still think he can win two more. And if he can get it with Russ
He'll be like
and
Ivar the Boneless. They'll ride him into battle on a shield. You know what I mean? They'll just carry him in. You know what I mean? Set him
Vikings,
down on
yes.
the ground, be like, Coach, just chill. We got this. You know what I mean?
There you go.
I mean, he can do it, and with and knowing Mike Tomlin and the way that organization runs, they're already gonna have their next coach in house.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like
And
how
get
the last
him
time.
exactly, and get him
Well, given their history, yeah.
Yeah, get him to be the next dude that's there for the next 20, 30 years. And guess what? I still think Mike Tomlin can win 2 more Super Bowls. And if again, what's his name? Russell Wilson doesn't need the money. But if he
The good thing
sees
about it too, it
if
just
he sees that he can win with this team with the way it is, and we can add even more money to like more pieces
into the
around him,
offense,
the more
use that
pieces
money to
around
get a
him
tackle, use
that I
that
was gonna
money,
say, give him
anything.
more protection. I'm telling you right now, he can be smart and start picking up rings. He's gonna solidify himself as being a first ballot Hall of Famer. Forget it. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer eventually, but he will end up being a first ballot Hall of Famer if he starts racking up to, an extra 2, 3 wins. Like that would be really good for him and his legacy. Cause now he's already in the tail end
Tomlin
of
is
his.
in yesterday. I mean,
Oh yeah, he's
yeah. I
Well,
bro.
mean,
They
that's
don't even.
he's already
They
done
don't
enough.
even. Yeah, it's
yeah.
that's yeah. That's already it's been signed, sealed,
Well, I
delivered.
mean, he's already done enough for first ballot and all that.
Hmm.
His bust is already made. They're just waiting for him to retire to put it up there. That's it. So, but I think that if he's smart, he'll go for the Super Bowls. And this defense is what's gonna get you guys there.
Yeah,
The defense wins championships, and the Steelers have one of the best defenses. If they
Well,
continue,
bro. Have you seen Cam Hayward?
dude,
oh
it's like
yeah.
the man is looking younger every
The
year.
man's a gem. This man's a fossil, but a darn good one.
Well,
And he's
I've I've kind of adjusted my saying about defense wins championships. They can, and the other thing is, so I'll say first they can win championships, but secondly, it's more like you cannot win a championship unless you have one.
yeah,
You may need to still have a better offense and all that, given what's going around the league that year. You know what I mean? But you can't win if you don't have a defense.
yeah,
Agreed.
And
So
sometimes, if you're facing that team that doesn't understand that, your defense can win it outright.
yep,
I
That's
mean, look
kind
at
of
what
where I'm at with the whole thing
look
these
at what the
days. You know
Rams
what I mean?
did.
Right,
The Rams had one of the highest offenses that year when they played the Bengals, but
right,
it was the defense that won
right.
that Super
But
Bowl.
see, that's where that's what happens these days is that because back in the day, it really was defense wins championships, and that was it. You know, but now people still want to think that. But when we get to a Super Bowl where a defense does win a championship, a la New England Patriots against the Rams a couple years back,
yeah,
you know, we all are like, or like maybe if the Steelers win this year, we'll all be like, yeah, defense wins championships, but they forget. No, I'm pretty sure it took a few nine routes from Russell Wilson. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Throughout the, you know what I
Exactly.
mean?
That's all
Like,
you need.
you're not going to win without offense in this league. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you don't have to be a juggernaut. You just have to be timely with the
But you
offense.
have to have the offense, and sometimes you have to, your offense has to win it most of the time. But
Mhm.
the key is their offense can score more points than your offense. So you still have to have the defense, like the championship
Mhm.
level defense. So when the other offense doesn't show up in any given Super Bowl, we all get confused into thinking back like it was back in the day that defense wins championships. It's like, no, that offense probably just had a bad day, you know, and the defense was good enough to capitalize on that. And that's what I mean. You still have to have the defense, but the defense ain't per se
Yeah,
winning the
exactly.
championships these days.
Man, you get a couple turnovers, you force a couple turnovers there, flips the goal. You just don't
Yeah,
need the
again,
offense to lose you the game.
take the Chiefs last year. They haven't needed it. Their offense has been winning them championships, but last year they needed their defense to do it.
Bro. Their defense, the only reason why they scored a touchdown was because off of a punt, the ball
Mm-hmm.
rolled off of one of the
Mm-hmm.
49ers like shins or
But the
something.
49ers were in the same boat that day.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
They were running great.
it came
Not
down
running
to
the
who
ball.
had the better, which offense could break through both defenses that showed up.
Yeah. And those turnovers that put the Chiefs on short fields, that's what
Right.
that's
And
it.
ultimately, the reason they needed their defense all year to even get to the Super Bowls because their wide receivers were dropping footballs at a 50% rate. Once that got cleaned up, it wasn't their defense that won them the championship. It was the fact their wide receivers started catching the football in the playoffs.
I think it was a mixture of everything, all of the above there. But without those turnovers to give them short fields, they were not driving down the field. I think they easily lose that one there. But go watch. Everything changed after that punt in the ball. Like the 49ers stopped them on defense. They punt the ball off. It rolls off one of the blockers' legs. The Chiefs get the ball like the 7 yard line or something, and then
Right.
they score a touchdown.
But given
And
the ineptitude of the 49ers West Coast offense last year, do you really think that the Chiefs with their defensive alone would have been able to pull that out with against a team like the Buffalo Bills?
the
No, I don't believe so, dude. And I know they would never
oh
play each other in the Super Bowl. I'm saying that caliber of team.
oh
Because let's
I
face it, the 49ers, no matter what anybody says, they win a lot, but they're not that caliber of a team.
or you're talking about like
To take
explosiveness on offense.
to take advantage of the Chiefs' offensive struggles by breaking through a fantastic Steve Spagnuolo defense.
Oh, like what just happened this year?
The Bills can do that. The Lions could probably do that. You know what I mean? Like the Rams could do that. So what I'm saying is, how much did their defense really win them the game last year?
I think their defense was better last year than it was this year.
It
Their
was really
Right,
defense
better, yeah.
forced a lot more turnovers.
right,
The
That
defense is
was
the only reason why they won games in the regular
right.
season.
they had Legarius Sneed, remember?
I understand all that. So you guys are right. You have to have the defense. But if the Chiefs wide receivers were still dropping footballs at that rate, that short field wouldn't have mattered. Butker would have been kicking a field goal.
Hey, all they did was throw it to Travis Kelsey. That's
Well,
hey,
there you go.
they
But
got into the red zone. Just throw it to Travis
right. But
Kelsey,
again,
and
the threat to the wide receivers wasn't there earlier in the year.
It's true because they were dropping. They were the number
But
one dropping ball
by the
team.
time Mahomes was in the Super Bowl, he had already demonstrated in the last 2 or 3 games that yeah, my wide receivers are catching the ball again, people. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that helped a lot. The
Yeah,
run
that's what
game
I'm
too. They,
saying.
they
So yeah, they
started.
needed their defense, but their defense would not have been enough last year given that they started out slow on offense because the 49ers have a good defense. Okay? Their offense would not have been enough last year to hold back the onslaught of a Detroit Lions or a Los Angeles Rams if Matt Stafford starts cooking. You know, I mean, they just don't have like that defense is great, but let's be real.
Well,
Defenses can be
honestly,
broken. Defenses
yeah,
can be broken on any given day by a high
yeah,
powered
because
offense.
all it takes is a miscue. All it takes is
Right.
a coverage
Case in
bust,
point,
right?
case in point, the Rams put 44 on Buffalo, and the Lions proceeded to put 42 on them in a
Mhm.
loss. And
Yeah,
by
but
the
you see the
way, oh
Lions.
by the way, by the way, the Lions got 46 put on them by the Bills.
But I was gonna say that proves like the Lions, they since all their injuries have come to the defensive side, have
Hmm.
come to their D line,
Okay.
it's harder to generate pressure. It's harder to force, you know, Josh Allen to make bad reads and decisions. It's harder to
Right.
bluff. It's harder because, but when you have that, right? If a team is very explosive, but you're able to put a lid on everything, you're able to generate a great pass rush that's not running themselves out of the play. They're able to contain it as they're pass rushing. A team that's ripping the ball out, that can play man coverage, bump and run, like all of that, when you're able to do it well, it's like look what the Seahawks did to the 2013 Seahawks did to the
Oh yeah, great
2013
example.
Broncos.
But
Right.
what lost this? Oh right, but that same defense, Legion of Broom. I'm glad you bring that up in the Super Bowl. What lost the Seahawks the game?
Or you're talking about the
Oh, he's
next
talking about
one. You're talking about 2014.
yeah
Right, right.
2014.
Their
Yeah.
defense was still the Legion of Boom, but what
Yeah,
lost
their
them?
defense handed them the dub with the running game, the
Right.
defense and
And
the running game.
who needed to step through the door and didn't?
Well,
Their offense.
yeah, at the end there.
That was
So
a
Actually,
close
that
I
proves
game.
right
think
there.
they,
But see,
That
that
was
the
proves
close.
right
offense,
there. That
but the
proves
thing,
right there that defense doesn't win
but
championships.
wait, the
Otherwise, the
off,
Seahawks would have won.
well, yes, the defense can't always just put the ball in the end zone. You need an
Agreed.
offense that could,
Agreed.
that could
Not
at least
these days. Now,
do their job.
back in the day, there might have been a defense that scored on that Patriots team and helped them win outright. You know what I mean?
True. So hey, sometimes the ball bounces your way on like a strip sack. Somebody can just run,
Right.
scoop in.
But there
It's
are
not always.
guys, there have been defenses where you could count on that. Fangio's style defenses, every single good defense that he's put together, if you look at his history, all were leading the league in turnovers.
Mhm.
So it is an art to actually
Yeah,
get
yeah.
turnovers. You know what I mean?
Generate. True. It is. I would say. I would say forced fumbles is more of where the defense can show how they separate themselves from the rest of the league.
Right, right.
Interceptions can happen. Sometimes.
Interceptions are usually mistakes on the offense.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
things can happen. Like exactly right. A
Unless
bad
unless a
read.
defender outright baits
Or
a
not even, or
quarterback,
just
which
throwing
does
the ball and
happen
not
too.
even
You know what I
seeing the
mean?
damn.
Or the
I mean,
receiver bounces.
if you
Yeah,
ask a DB, they'll always tell you every interception they were baiting the quarterback. You know what I mean?
yeah. Hey, of course. Or yeah, but the ball could go through the receiver's hands. The ball could
Or
be
it could be
tipped out
right,
by
or
the
it could be
It
safety.
could
one of those.
bounce off
It could
somebody's
be one of
shoulder or
those
something.
quick hitches out to the flat that gets picked off for six.
Yep.
That is just a great athlete that stepped in front of the ball.
Yeah, but I would say with like stuff like forced fumbles where the ball's getting punched out,
Like TJ
the
did on
Mhm.
that last
yeah, like what
game.
he did on
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, he didn't have to go do that. He could have just wrapped it
Right,
up. But he saw Jalen Hurts came back inside and he just had his arm out and just immediately just shot it through
right.
and
Now you call
pieced it
that
out.
effort, right?
Exactly.
So then
Patrick Queen did it.
why do all of our fans say that we are a fumble away from losing to the Jaguars this year? When if you ask me, that's raw effort on the DB's part to punch the ball out of ETN's arms
Yeah,
before
that
the
hey,
end zone.
that's I would say that is great. Like if you have a team that is very opportunistic, even if another team gets into your red zone, you're like, we can still come out with a turnover here.
Right.
They try to
Now
do a play action.
for whatever reason we lost that over the year. When I'm not claiming anything about our defense. What I'm saying though is our fans have been saying all year that we got lucky in that game.
Mhm. I would say it's lucky. Let's say if the ball just fell out of the running back's hands, or if a bad snap
Right,
that
right. Or if the running back started to celebrate too early and drop the ball,
exactly.
yeah,
Then that's stuff
Right,
that
like
you
because
just
can
even
happened last week. You know what I mean?
yeah,
yeah.
See,
yep. Then you
But
can
people think
yeah,
these takes are crazy, dude, but we forget these things really happen. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
That's what the Tennessee Titans. I mean, the Bengals did over there against the Tennessee Titans. Like it was just. But I would say the ones that aren't giveaways but are takeaways, those you can't put up to luck, right? Those you
their
went and
effort.
earned.
Yeah,
You
their
went
effort.
Right,
and did
right.
your
Yeah,
part.
because ultimately, even if you punch the ball out, the ball could bounce right back into one of their other guys' hands. So
You're right, but at least punching it out, you did that,
yeah,
right?
you put
You
yourself in position to have good luck because if it
yourself up
bounces into one of your guys' hands, then you did that.
yeah, yeah, absolutely,
Which
man.
is great. But brethren, thank you for coming. I'm gonna ask you
Man,
one
thanks for
last
the
thing because I know
discussion. That
you're
was great.
this
You're
is
talking to
why,
a real football
whenever
mind, yeah.
he's a I told you he's a genius. Like right here. Ladies and gentlemen, your future NFL player right here. Look at that beautiful smile. Come on, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys.
By the way, they all tell me I don't know football, bro. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh.
They're just
Sorry to
haters.
hear that.
But I gotta
Just
get
got told
your
that today, as a matter of fact. I told the guy, thank you.
real quick, I just want to get your opinion, bro, on Dolphins 49ers. Before Color and I do it, just tell me, be straight up, what do you think of that game? Dolphins 49ers coming up.
um, I'll say I'll say you
Be
guys should
honest.
definitely
Be
go win that.
honest.
Absolutely, you guys should win that game. Um,
He's gonna
just
be at the
Tua
game.
not just don't turn the ball over, right? Don't just aimlessly throw into a spot.
I'm
This is it.
say that one more time for my fans that don't know what they're talking about.
Don't just don't aimlessly throw into a spot because you expect somebody to just be there because the game plan or the design of the play is supposed to go there. You know, you know what it reminds me of, and this is something that Ryan Tannehill was actually very good at doing it when he went to the Tennessee Titans in 2019. When he was under Arthur Smith, one thing Ryan Tannehill could go do is, hey, look, you tell me point, click, throw it to somewhere, I'm gonna do it there. The moment I come out of this play action or something, I'm just gonna throw it to that spot. If it's a DB there, it's a DB there. If it's my receiver, it's my receiver. And they had AJ Brown, and that's the year they kept. That's how they knocked the Ravens out of the playoffs. They took shots.
They went to the AFC Championship,
Yeah, that was it. Was just
and they
hey,
weren't they like 2 plays away from literally making it to the Super Bowl.
yeah, they had a very good what's it called? They had a very good run
It
there,
was a balance.
and
It was a balance between Derrick Henry
Henry
and Tannehill being able to deliver the ball where he needed to. But that one thing, one more time of Tua not what.
don't just throw it aimlessly to a spot. That's the biggest
This
thing
is
there.
coming from a DV that does it every day. Literally does it every day. So
They see you guys throwing the same right hook over and over and over. There's gonna be a crossing route. There's gonna be another dig. Don't take the cheese. Just wait for this number 10, or that's what they want to wait for number 10 because they don't even go by names. Wait for number 10 to come across, and you're gonna see that the safeties are
or
not backpedaling.
17 or
Yeah, 17.
17.
But yeah, 17, you guys could make him a threat if you guys used him more and that became more of the focus on offense. But I would say Tua has to recognize if the safeties are backpedaling or not. If the safeties have their feet are flat, they're just waiting on it to come. They're waiting for that. They have no threat over the top. They're not afraid for anything to go behind them because they know you're not trying to go there. You're trying to go right here at 15 to 20 yards. You're right behind my linebackers. And hey,
Yeah, you always
100%.
want to be throwing to the see, that's the thing I think people fail to realize when we say that in the league, a half step is wide open, you know what I mean, or one-on-one is wide open. And the reason for that is because if you understand that what he just said uh, about about recognizing the body position of the defenders
Mm-hmm.
and what they can accomplish physically as an athlete. Okay, you have to realize that the best throws, you can see this when you watch the all 22, is that you can pick out what are the best throws because the best throws are the ones that are throwing past or by a safety, even if the safety has tight coverage or the defender has tight coverage. If his body is oriented in a way that if that receiver catches the ball, the defender is out of position to make a play, that is your throw. You base
Mm-hmm.
it on the body position and trajectory of the defender that is on the guy you're attempting to throw to.
Yeah.
Because if that guy's turned around flat footed, he could be a billion yards away, but I guarantee you he knows that and he's hoping you throw that ball.
Yeah. They don't have a back pedal to have to get out of.
Right.
They
Because the
can just
worst thing for
immediately.
him is he can still make a play, hit you hard enough when you catch it to maybe
Mm,
knock it out. So,
yeah.
and these guys are athletic enough to get there. And that's the part that Tua underestimates because coupled with his inability to put enough velocity on the ball to where you count the amount of time that it takes the ball to get there, that defender is going to outrun it. It just is what it is. They are paid millions of dollars because they are the best, fastest, most agile, and quickest reacting people in the world. There's nobody more, I would say, reactionary or athletic, I would say, even in that regard, than an NFL defensive back. Nobody.
Yeah. It takes a lot. And the other thing is that there's you guys if it was sprinkled in with other ways to attack the defense, it puts more on the defender to have to worry about.
All
But
right.
when you get hit with the same move over and over, and you got the defensive coach telling you watch
Yep.
for this, and you got everybody telling you to watch for the next thing that's happening.
Right.
Oh, you guys are coming back with that same right. Okay, let's just
And then
close the entire
eventually
middle.
you just range your distancing. And it's just a matter of a number of plays before you are close enough to make a play on that ball.
Yep, and that's how the DB said, "Hey, I don't need to backpedal out of this. Let me just read," and then
Let
just
me just
shot
sit
Bingo.
straight
in the
down.
middle and wait
Bingo.
for this ball to
And
get
then
to me.
they take, 5 to 10 plays to range that distance. And the more
Also,
they see it, the more they know how far they have to be away to still have enough time to get there on the ball.
I was gonna say the other thing to mess with a QB's timing as to when a receiver's supposed to get to a spot is if you bump them, and that's what the linebackers did there, or the nickel that was there. He bumped Tyreek off of his spot and took some
Because all
time to
you
find
need
him,
is a half step slower. That's all you need is a half step slower.
and the
Remember,
quarterback
these
has to
guys are
wait.
all athletes that
Has
are
to hit.
equal to each other. The key to an NFL athlete beating another one is getting that other guy into a position where, for whatever reason, he's a half step slower. That might be because he's a lesser grade athlete. That might be because he just played a really physical game the week before and had to travel across country. It could be because you did something like he's just suggested and bumped him. But all it takes is getting a guy to be a half step slower in the NFL on any
And
given play,
receivers
and they're beat.
getting touched. Receivers do not like getting touched. If you hit them, if you want to stop people from flying up the field, just hit them on the
Right,
way there.
right.
You are doing your safeties
And it
help.
right, and it works for all position groups because why do people think the offensive lineman put a chip block on somebody or a running back will put a chip block? What do you think a chip block is? A chip block is to get that guy to be a half step slower.
Yep, it is very annoying for edge rushers. It's like I gotta burst off the ball, I gotta beat this bozo, and then I gotta burst again, and then I gotta beat the next guy with another move. So I have to have an
Right,
engine that's good enough to put all this going max effort to beat both of these guys. And
right.
it's like,
And it's the difference between him getting blasted by the defensive lineman or him running through an arm.
mhm,
That could be the difference. That's what they mean when they say it's a game of inches. So if it's a
yeah,
game of inches, that means it's a game of seconds too.
yeah, positioning, seconds, and everything there. If you force them to have to restart that engine, it's like the receiver. The receiver can't get up to full speed. If you bump them, then they have to work to get back up to full speed. They have to, and
Right, right.
that's and hey, these
I
people
mean,
can
think about it.
run,
It-
you know.
this is another way time translates to distance, right? If you're in our example with the DBs and Tua, if you can if he's dropping back and getting the ball out quicker than anybody in a 1 or 2 step drop, and that's causing the ball to get out quicker. Well, the quicker the ball gets out, the more you just have to adjust your distance to the receiver or to where you expect the receiver to be. So again, that's time translating the distance. We think we're beating people because we get the ball out quicker. All they're doing is shortening their distance to where they need to go. That's all they're doing. It's
I,
still the same game.
the other thing I would say is if I'm not afraid of you throwing the ball by me, then all my attention and focus can just be on what's ahead.
Yep.
And if a
Yep.
team is just
You
working
mean
quick
we have to
game,
take deep shots?
just hey, you if you want to force safeties to not have to go in and be flat footed to come and react on everything in front of them, you have to give them a threat of something behind
Well,
to
here's
get
the
them
key
to.
question. If we throw that deep pass and it to one-on-one coverage and
Trust your guy.
you make the play and you're on the receiver like glue and you make the play, does that mean all of a sudden you're now not that's no longer a threat because you happen to make a great play? No, you're like, thank
It's
God
still
I
a
made
threat.
that play. We need to
Yeah,
recognize that going forward.
yeah, exactly. It
So
gives
even
you
if it
more to
doesn't
think about.
work, you got to do it.
Exactly.
Because that
Exactly.
one time you don't think it's gonna work is when you get blown by, and then the receiver gets you for 7. Well, for 6, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it just having the threat of that, you know, forces you just to hesitate a little, and that's all you need. You wanna get big chunk
Right. So
plays.
even when it doesn't work, you're still like, we had to defend the ball coming this way.
Hmm.
That means we have to defend it in the future and be ready for it in the future.
Exactly. The difference between somebody, a safety coming and killing somebody on a dig route, if that safety goes to hesitate just a bit more because they're thinking of something else, that can be a hit versus the receiver catching it and taking it up all the way, for an extra 20, 25, 30
or
yards,
even a touchdown.
all just based off of a couple steps, if somebody goes to react or not. And that's why if you force defenders or anybody on defense to have to hesitate or think or not react quickly, that's enough to give a window for the offense to go and you know move the rock and make a play down the field and shoot, get closer to scoring a touchdown. But I'll say there for Tua and for the Dolphins there, just attack other areas of the field. And I would say if you really want to take advantage of the speed, threaten them vertically to think about that, and then everything in front of those safeties are going to be open. You know, after that, but you have to at least force them to respect what
Yep.
you're
And
doing.
if you're insistent upon using West Coast, East and West style, then your running backs and receivers and whoever in your play, whoever you use, need to make their cutbacks earlier and get vertical. It just simply is the way it is. The sooner you get vertical, the more you're threatening the defense. That's just the way the game works.
Yeah.
A
I,
defense, the sideline is not the goal line.
Hmm.
You got and until it's time to keep the clock running, you all don't ever defend the sideline. Who gives a dang about the sideline?
Yeah,
That's why
especially for
that's why runners are coached to head towards the sideline. Like at a vertical, at an angle, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But that's why we always see these guys trying to get outside. It's like, yeah, because when you go inside, that's when the hurt gets put on you from some blind side or something. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
right. So the only open grass usually is near the sideline.
yeah. I was gonna say that typically the worst tacklers on your team are the corners, right? And
That
you
too.
want to
Couple it
go
with
and
that. Yeah.
yeah, you want to get your
Unless you're
back if
Cater
you're
Kohu, of course.
if you're getting your back out there, let's say on the outside zone or on a pitcher and everything, and they're actually able to get in between the outside receiver and that tight end or tackle, there's like a lane, a big window. And if the
Right.
safety's too hesitant to come down and fill it, if a linebacker's too slow to come down and fill it, if an edge isn't forcing it to cut back and instead allowing things to bounce outside, that's where a lot of damage could happen if your defense is
And if your running back
tailored
is
to it.
willing to, and if your running back is willing to do the Oklahoma drill that's been set up between him and the corner or the
Yeah,
safety that's
that's
coming
what it
down,
is.
right?
Yeah, you have a big lane, a big cylinder, and it's like who wins from here? And if the free safety's
Right.
too
And
slow to
ideally,
react,
this is why they do Oklahoma drills in practice, because the best you can hope for is a one-on-one matchup between two guys in that lane.
yeah, and the offense is okay. Somebody's going to be free on this rushing defense. If everybody gets blocked, there's one person free. Do I want it to be that linebacker? Do I want it to be that safety? Do I want it? Sometimes what they do is
Depends on who your runner is and their
yeah,
abilities.
sometimes what they do is they get the wide receiver to instead of block the DB, instead of block the corner, just go and run to go block the free safety or the safety.
Right, right.
The corner's just gonna follow you aimlessly anyways, and by the time he reacts to be like, "Oh crap, there's a run coming towards me," it's just a one-on-one between a running back and that corner,
Right,
and
exactly. And that's
you
where
the
I
running back.
personally believe, like when I say Cater Kohu shines, that's where he shines because he can make that tackle,
Yeah,
at a really high percentage. I
having
know
having a
every
nickel
one of
be
them gives up one, but
yeah,
the main thing is when you look at his textbook tackling, bro, the guy could hold a camp. You know what I
okay,
mean?
that's very valuable. A DB who can tackle versus somebody who allows them to they whiff and allow an extra 15, 20 yards.
Yeah,
That's
I
where
mean,
explosive runs come from.
even if you use enough technique, even if you're the smaller guy and your goal is to use enough of your technique to
Yeah,
hold that guy up long enough for the swarm to come.
that's it. Even if you don't
You
make the
know,
tackle, just slow him down, force him to change directions, That buys enough time for
And if
everybody.
you've got a good coach defense, that swarm is going to be there
Yep.
to clean it
And,
up.
but the thing is like sometimes you have people that don't even slow down the back, don't even slow down their momentum,
Right,
and it's
right,
like, oh
exactly.
my gosh, he's just running free and gaining speed down the field. It's like if you want to stop explosive runs, these big runs by Derrick Henry, they only happen because you allow the person to keep generating speed down the field. You
Hmm.
even if you can't get it, even if you can't make the tackle yourself, at least throw your
Right,
body in the
because the
lane,
more speed,
jump
the
open.
harder the angles become to hit.
Exactly. And
It
sometimes there is
shortens the
no angle.
number of angles you can take.
Sometimes if you're too late to get there and they're running too fast, sometimes there is no angle. And
Oh
you're
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It can shorten it all the way to zero. Right.
yeah, so the earlier you can stop a run, at 2-3 yards before they're able to open up, the better it is for your defense. And the better tackling your DBs are, the less explosive runs you have because they are the extra people to fill in the lanes, not the backers. The backers have to do their job, of course, but the people that help the backers is the DB group. And if you have a DB group that can stop these runs from turning from 8-7 yard runs to 20 to 15 or to a house call, it's a huge difference. Huge difference.
So who do you have between these two teams?
Oh, I have the Dolphins.
Mm,
I have the Dolphins. I believe you guys are healthier, um, and can take care of business against them. They right now the Seahawks are not the Seahawks. The 49ers are
49ers.
trying to discover themselves, figure out what's going on. Debo's not being great right now. His route running, creating separations is not happening there. The number one dog is Juwan Jennings. So yeah, I think you guys can, and George Kittle, but I think you guys can go and take care of business. Um,
At home, our last home game.
yeah.
And what's your score prediction?
Let me see here. I would say 26-21 Dolphins. I think you guys rely on what's the name's leg?
Sanders?
Yeah, I think you guys rely on Sanders' leg more here. But since it's a home game, then shoot, great weather, right? You don't have to worry about being under 70 degrees. That's a
We're another. You see, the
Oh, we
jams,
got
they
we
come,
got
man. They
rain
come
coming.
and
We
they
got
hit.
rain coming in right now, so the temperatures might
oh,
actually drop, but it'll still be
Stop.
probably blue skies and sunshine.
let's hope. I don't
Maybe
know.
high
For
50s.
some reason, there's just a little bit of cold weather. It's like
Mid
we,
60s.
we don't
Yeah,
know how to
yeah.
run. We don't know how to
Right. We
play.
call that football weather in
We don't
South
know how to
Florida.
tackle. We slide everywhere. We don't know how to fill a running lane. Oh, I'm too cold to be able to come down and fill the lane before the running back gets there.
Right,
And
right.
now he's stiff arming my chest and going up the field for. I was so mad watching the Dolphins and Packers game, and I was just like,
We have a
what are we
friend who's
doing
a
here, guys?
Packers guy, and he's so obnoxious about the Packers. Can't stand him when he's talking about his Packers. So you could believe that we were very pissed watching that Dolphins Packers game because it's like the plays were there for offense to make. And there were extra plays that the defense could have made, maybe getting a little bit more three and outs, but at this point, at one point, at this point, I tweeted, we need the defense to score a touchdown. But I'm like, at this point, we need the defense to score a touchdown because that offense was so atrocious.
Yeah, and the switch got turned on way too late when the game was already away, and the problem was scoring in the red zone. That's where the
Or lack
issues
of
arose. Yeah, the lack of scoring in the red zone. That's. But hey, think you guys in the warm weather at home?
warm
Yeah,
weather.
you guys could go and get the dub against the 49ers there. You guys put the nail in the coffin, man. Destroy this team.
Destroy the
Force
team.
them to have to blow the team up.
That's
Have
what they're
to
saying.
see
Kyle
what they.
Shanahan apparently is in the hot seat. So
No, I think Kyle Shanahan is fine, but I just think they have a lot of decisions to make with Trent, with Brock, with now the two receivers that they paid, with Jawan now. with their linemen, their defense. They have a lot of decisions for aging and expensive players on their team,
They
and then
sound like the
with
Dolphins.
Brock, so
What about okay? Give me your final thought on Tua Tagovailoa and what you expect for him to do in this particular game. I need you more center so people
for
can
him,
see you. Yeah.
um, hmm, I think
The
Tua,
internet's forever.
I think
Just
Tua,
so you know.
I think he ends up with above a 95 passer rating. I think this is better than what he did in the Texans. I believe he's not gonna throw almost two pick sixes.
No, he did 3 interceptions, 4 turnovers.
That was
He also fumbled the ball too. It's just funny. I don't even
I
talk about it.
think
I know.
it's gonna be a better design this time around. I think they learn from what happened against them in the Texans. But yeah,
Okay, so completion percentage, I think it's gonna be
completion
above seventy
percentage
percent.
for that's your take.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say mine. 70 is a little. I
He's
was
been
gonna
averaging
say
seven over
65.
70 in the
He
last
probably
5.
could. You're right. You're right. More screens, more check downs, more A chain.
Right
You can't miss
hooks.
a pass to A chain. Yeah,
Right
right
hooks.
hooks with the those digs and crossers. But we will see. We will
How many tutties?
we'll
How
see.
many tutties Tua's throwing?
Um, if it's 26, I say one or two. I'll say two. I'll say two touchdowns. I think you guys run another one in.
That's 21,
Um,
and then 2
and
kicks.
then the two kicks there to make it 26 there. I
Technically, it would
think
make it 27, but
it
you know,
would.
yeah.
Oh, then shoot, miss an
And
extra
20.
point.
You're gonna
Or there is no rushing. There is no rushing touchdown. Or it's just two
no.
touchdowns
We'll give
and
you the miss extra point. Sanders already done it twice, so why not a third time at this point? So
hey, you can go and do that real quick. Be fun. But
what about the defense? Well, your final take on
I
our defense?
think their defense. I think you guys could go stop them red zone. I know they had a couple games where they were explosive, but um, lately they've been falling off. And as long as you guys keep Debo angry and flustered and under wraps, then I think the rest of that team, because they're going to try to keep forcing him the ball. They're going to try to keep giving him the rock. But I think you guys can go and stop that and yeah, get the last W for the for the year. Well, not for the year. I think you guys can get more dubs, but the last home game, the last home win, I think you guys can do it.
Yeah, we're gonna be there, guys. So come check it out. Again, brother Phins will be there helping me out while we are, collecting donations for our charities on Sunday. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dolphins Cancer
Oh my
Challenge.
God! Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. So
That's it.
he just clicked on him. So yeah, duh. I already told you you're going to the game. Yeah, she knows.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're going. Yay, we're going. So other little brother friends is also coming too.
Oh wait. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Not the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Great.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. The Miss Fins family will be there, that's for sure. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. But again, brother Fins, aka Mr. Steelers, he Mr. Steelers, your girl, still your girl, but Steelers, your girl.
Yeah.
I know, super cringe, whatever. You guys annoy me. Okay, say bye to the peeps.
Well, take care, guys. It's been a blast. Wish you the
Color,
best for the
Later, bro.
near
Appreciate your talk,
future.
man.
Let's see how the off season goes. The draft. Oh man, we have a lot to
you're
get
gonna be
into.
my draft guy because I don't like talking draft. So there you go.
Let's go, Patrick Paul. Yes.
you
That's the guy. That's the friend.
right there and just twist it. Just twist the knife, man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I love you. Okay,
It's
I'll
been
see.
real.
Yeah, much appreciated, ladies and gentlemen. That's the football player I'm always referencing because he knows his ball. Trust me, he is an expert in all things football, man. I'm telling you, in all things football. But ladies and gentlemen, that was a lot of fun. You had the little special segment here with Brethren. I was very proud. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. You know what I mean? But man, oh man. Sometimes, dude. Sometimes he's not lying. He's not lying. Yeah. This can be a tough game for us, but we'll see. Cole, you ready to continue our rest of our thing?
Sounds good.
Awesome, awesome. Let me just put his name here for his picks, so I know to roast him if he gets any of them wrong. Uh, uh, you touch your brother well, Lady Dolphin Miss Smith. Honestly, he teaches me every day. Yeah, I love the holidays, people. I love the holidays. So let's continue, cause we want to go ahead and show this. Let me bring up our what do you call it? The game again, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and do this puppy real quick. Boom, let's go. That was the early preview that you got for the Dolphins 49ers game. So let's go back to this. Where were we? Where did we leave off?
Pittsburgh and
Okay, we
Baltimore.
Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
I thought,
Oh,
yeah,
right, that's right, that's right. That
yeah,
was the
because we
last game.
skipped Denver and Los Angeles.
True, 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 true. So now we are at Giants Falcons Sunday at 1 o'clock. Jeez, Lord.
Giants Falcons. All right. Did we do Browns Bengals, or is that out of
Not
the
yet, not
different
yet.
order? Yeah,
That's
right. That one's a different order,
yeah,
right? Okay. Go
yeah.
ahead.
It's a different
Yep.
order. Yeah.
Yep.
Um.
That's an
So
easy
it's the
one.
next.
I'll blaze through that one in a lightning if you want.
I
Falcons.
got
20. Wait, they're playing
Michael
Penix.
Penix Jr. Penix is playing.
Ooh. And the Giants are probably going with Locke or
DeVito
Boyle
is.
or somebody.
I don't know who they got, but DeVito is out due to a concussion. So
Well, what happened to Drew Locke?
I don't know if Drew Lock is going to play. Maybe it might be Drew Lock.
Huh.
So we got
Well,
the
I know Boyle.
Falcons.
Boyle played last week.
Yeah, it might be Boyle. I don't know. I got the Falcons. I don't even know why I'm giving them this many points, but I am 21-12
Uh,
Falcons. What do
yeah, I'm
you
going
got?
97-3.
Color. Well,
Just
how do
like
you
the
do this
just
for
like the
me?
just like the consensus, just like the public percentage, 97-3%.
Can you just please
I
pick
know.
a different?
21, 24-17.
Okay,
Falcons.
got it. Lions at Bears. I think the Bears are absolutely gonna take this L. Uh, you saw that
Mhm.
there.
That's another
Uh,
97-3 Lions. And that one
this
actually
one,
might be realistic, Miss
that's my
Vince.
yeah, 42-17. I'm gonna be nice
Right.
because of the defense. Actually, you know what? Let me give them 21 points, three tutties.
I'll go
42-24.
38-10. I'll go 38-10 because I got Tyreek Stevenson on a pick six.
Okay, got it. Obviously, you're picking the Lions because we're smart. We're not
Uh-huh.
dumb people. Browns, Bengals.
Brownies and Tigers.
I got the Bengals winning this one.
Yeah, they need to keep up if
They
their
do.
playoff hopes. They're about in the same boat as we are, basically, with
Pretty much.
playoffs.
They got to win out to get a
Hey, that's another
chance.
97-3. Like all of them, 97-3. Look at that.
Plus, the Browns really are trying to get a top three pick. So,
Right, right.
um, I got the Bengals. I think they're gonna be high scoring too. But the Browns defense, and it's a divisional game.
Yeah,
This is probably gonna end up at most like 24 points to
yeah.
21, 24-21.
Bengals don't care about the Browns defense. 33-15 Bengals.
Okay. Next game, Colts are hosting the Titans.
Hmm.
Who do you got?
I have to pick the Titans because that's our only hope for playoffs. So I'm gonna go Titans.
Trusty.
It's a
Titans.
divisional matchup. I don't care what both teams got going on. They both stink.
Mm-hmm.
regardless of whether Indianapolis is in a better position or not. And might be slightly better. I got the Titans winning this game 17-10,
I
and we
like
need them
that.
to do it.
We need him to do it. Is it still Mayo guy? Is it still Houseman who's playing?
What's that?
Is it still Houseman? What's his name? The Mayo guy?
No, it's going to be probably Mason Rudolph from what I hear. What they're
Rudolph?
Will Levis, yeah.
Oh, and I like Mason Rudolph. Then yeah, I'll take the Titans.
Uh, because
Titans
look, the Giants,
19-15.
right? The Giants nor the Patriots are going to do the job, so we need the Titans to do it.
Yeah. We got Rams at Jets. This
Rams in a blowout. Mm, I want to go in the 40s on this one, but I know they just put up that stinker, but man, they really destroyed the Bills, man.
Color. Yo, you got me almost crying. I didn't even get to finish.
What's that?
I didn't even get to finish what I was gonna say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Browns. It'll,
Yeah, I
it'll
mean,
blow. Oh, Rams. Sorry, Rams. Oh,
I think Rogers likes Stafford. He's
oh,
gonna, he's gonna, you know.
dude. You know the funnier part is that the Jets are losing, but they're not getting a better draft. I was like, oh, oh, I needed that. Oh man, thank you, Color. Thank you, thank you. You have blessed me with good tears, man. Oh snap. Oh, my abs are working out, dude. Thank you so much. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart and my gut, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was so fun. Because I was gonna give you this elaborate, like, maybe Aaron Rodgers just trying to you cut me off.
I
Rams.
mean, it's
I'm
another
I'm
90,
so
91 to 9% on consensus. You know what I mean?
oh bro. Oh snap, this is hilarious. I think that if Aaron Rodgers wants to showcase himself for his new DC or whatever, I mean not DC, his
Uh,
new head coach and GM, they might want
Aaron
to put up.
Rodgers is the head coach.
Yeah, but they're gonna try to get
They're going to
somebody.
make it
So,
clear to the new coach who the coach really is. Trust that.
bro, I was gonna say they're gonna hire Mike McDaniel. Oh,
Right.
that thought came into my head. I almost just spit out and man damaged everything. Whew. Oh God, that was a good one.
No,
Okay,
Aaron's going to use the remaining games to teach his
look good.
offensive line what he wants them to do, not what all the other coaches want them to do.
Oh snap, that was so good, my lord. Okay, Rams 35-21. What do you got?
27-3 Rams.
Whoa, Tua is a $25 an hour QB. Yo, I love
Wow.
KFC.
So
Oh, that's probably the
do I.
comment
They got the
of the
best Mountain
night.
Dew.
Do they? No,
Pretty
that
much,
would
yeah.
be. You mean Baja Blast? Because that's Taco Bell.
No, I mean, well, Taco Bell's gotten better. I mean, because look, it's a three-way tie. It's all the Yum companies that have the best Mountain Dew on their fountain. But I think that KFC edges out Taco Bell and Pizza Hut just a smidge. Like with the way
Okay,
they take care of their fountain and the way it makes the Mountain Dew taste, you know what I mean?
I get
I
it. I
think
get it.
KFC edges them out just a little bit.
I
But
think
remember, all the Yum brands have a real high standard. So the Taco Bell in, let's say, your town might have better Mountain Dew than the KFCs in your town. But in my town, it might be the KFCs that have better Mountain
yeah,
Dew because
backwards. Yeah.
I trust all three of them. If I want to just stop and get a Mountain Dew somewhere, I'm going to one of the Yum companies for sure. Formerly PepsiCo, formerly
PepsiCo
owned
changed
by
their name.
Pepsi. Well, PepsiCo used to own those three companies, and now Yum owns them. Yum bought them from PepsiCo.
Don't tell me they're Chinese. Please just don't say it. And
No,
if they
no,
are
they
Chinese, don't say it.
Yum has owned those brands for like years. It's that happened years ago.
But but if they're Chinese,
Like,
don't tell me.
do you remember like about 10, 15 years ago how Taco Bell's quality just like all of a sudden got way better? That was
Yeah.
right about when Yum bought them.
Okay. But just don't tell me they're Chinese.
I don't know.
If they are.
I know. I don't
Okay.
know.
Cool. Okay.
I've
Cool.
interacted with them quite a bit. They were one of our clients that had to fix their network systems and
Modems
all
and stuff.
that.
I get it.
Yeah.
You said Rams. What was your score again?
27-3.
27-3. That's so believable that I'm keeping it, bro.
And the Ran and the Jet and Aaron Rodgers is just he
Mm.
spurgs out.
Commanders at home versus the Eagles, dude. I actually think Commanders can get this one.
Hmm.
They are not favored, obviously, but I do think that they can get it. I got
They
the
already did it.
Commanders.
Remember, didn't they beat them on the Hail Mary earlier in
I,
the season?
I
Or no,
think
that was
so.
Chicago. No, it was
30.
Chicago.
Oh, that was 35-31. Commanders. What do you
Uh,
got?
I wanted to take the Commanders, but I think if they don't really put it up a lot of scores over the Eagles, then the tush push is ultimately going to beat them like it beats everybody else.
Yeah, I'm like, didn't they win
Uh,
with the touch
we'll
push?
go 31-27
Silly.
Eagles.
31-27 Eagles. Go ahead. Fly like an eagle through the
And
sea.
that's not who I
Fly
would choose to
like
have
an
win the game,
eagle.
but
I know, I get it. Cards
whatever.
versus Panthers. Arizona's
Cardinals.
favored, but I want to take the Panthers. I have to take Cardinals at this point.
Hmm.
Cardinal, I think 28 to like 13. I'm gonna
They're
be
only a
honest.
game behind the Rams. They certainly got to
Mhm.
play for it. Yeah, they're going to
Mhm.
destroy the Panthers. Maybe.
What you
I don't
got?
know. They're going to play to destroy them, but they won't. We'll
What you got?
go. I'll go 27-24. Cardinals.
And Arizona's favored by 5, so they're already expecting at least a one touchdown win. So I think I might be the one getting that one.
I don't know if
Vikings
they'll cover that.
Seahawks.
Vikings, Seahawks. I'll go with the Vikes.
Same.
They need to keep up with Detroit for the 1 seed.
Oh, by the way, week 17 will determine who the number one seed will be. And it's
That's
gonna
going to
be
be
between
cool.
it's gonna be between the Vikings and the Lions. It
Mm.
don't matter who, because I believe both teams will
That
be
has to be
there.
the
This
best game of the year so far.
it's gonna have to be because that game right there, I believe they're both gonna win this week. That means not even week 18 don't even matter. This upcoming week or next upcoming week, it's for the number one overall seed. But listen to this. It's whoever wins, whether it's the Vikings or the Lions. It's either you win and you get the first round bye, you get it all, and everything has to the whole NFC has to run through you, or you're fifth and you gotta go everywhere. That's what's at stake. So yeah, and I think the Vikings might be able to get it because right now the Lions have lost a lot. in their defense. So that's the only problem I have. What do you got in this game? What's your score? Mm, 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 mm,
Sorry, I had to
mm.
refill my tea.
No worries.
So Vikings Seahawks. Oh, we'll go Vikings. Do it. Do it.
What's your score? What's your
Uh,
score?
34-17.
I'm not gonna go that high. I think 20, 24, 22. What am I talking about? 28 to 18. Yeah, I don't think and if it's true and what's his name is injured, not DK, the other dude, then yeah, I think Seahawks are gonna be having a tough time. Patriots, Bills. We already know this is one of the upsets of the week. Um, right now the Patriots are favored by 14. So I definitely do think that the Patriots are gonna end up winning this game. It's gonna be very interesting. What do you got?
Bills.
I have the
42 to
Bills.
10.
Funny enough, I had it 35-12 Bills. So yeah. Uh yeah, there's nothing else really to say about that game. It's gonna be a blowout. Jags Raiders. I don't know. If I'm Jacksonville, I might want to throw this game. Because right now they're battling for, let's check out the tankathon real quick. Raiders have the number one overall seed. If by some merit, oh snap! And you know what? We've got Giants and New England both losing. If Giants lose, they'll be 2-13. If New England loses, they'll be 3-12. So they'll still be behind the Giants. If Jacksonville loses, they'll be 3-12. If the Raiders win, that means they come out from the number one overall seed to possibly the eighth seed. So that's something I know they're gonna be thinking about. Like, hey, do we want to give up especially since we need a quarterback? Do we want to give up the number one overall pick, or like what are we trying to do? So, who do you think's gonna win this game, sir?
Um,
Mm, 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 mm. It's a tough one.
Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Raiders. Okay.
Desmond Ritter. 4 touchdowns. 3 in the air, 1 on the ground.
28 to what?
Four, excuse me, 14.
You don't believe in the Jags?
Not until they face the Colts at the end of the year.
Okay. I get the Jags winning this one. But I don't think it's gonna be by much. I think it's gonna be like a 15-12 kind of game.
I will be putting the Jags as my second team on my
Upset
three
of the
dog night.
week. Which,
Yep.
by the way, Las Vegas technically, even though they got Jacksonville at even in the money line, Las Vegas is favored by 1.5 points. So there you go, people. Then we've got, well, we obviously are gonna leave the Dolphins there. Bucks Cowboys. Sunday night football, sir.
Bucks easily.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to give it a suspense.
Not by a high score, but easily.
I think if I give him three tutties and a kick, two kicks, 27 to 24. I think last minute kick to win it. What about you? Mm,
Uh, 40-12.
okay, cool.
And if you don't
Because
think that's possible, go look at Minnesota, Tampa
oh
Bay
no, I absolutely
score against
believe
the
it's
Chargers
possible.
last week.
Bro, I absolutely think it's possible. That's why I'm like, that's why I didn't even bother bothering you. Like,
And we
why do you think I
consider the
didn't even
Chargers
say
to have a
nothing?
good defense.
Heck yeah, they do. That's why I didn't even bother saying anything, dude. Saints, Packers, out Packers. Like, there's just no way. You know what I mean? Like, they're
And by the
favored by
way, when I
14 and
said
a half.
not by a high score, I meant not 80-0.
So I got the Packers 31 to 13. You?
Hmm. Hmm.
Wait, no day for. Oh, this is Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football on ABC. Green Bay
Packers
is
20.
favored.
Packers.
Uh-huh.
23-17.
Packers are favored by 14 and a half. Dude, it's
I know.
insane. Then before we get to the Dolphins game, we gotta go back to the Broncos Chargers game, dude. I almost want to pick the Dolphins game first and then do this game. You want to go ahead and do that? We'll switch it up. Leave Dolphins for last because
Your show.
it's
Your
our show,
direction.
sir. It's our show.
Right. But your duties as the host are different than my duties as the guest host,
You are
which means,
co-host.
right, guest host. Right.
No, you are co-host.
Remember what I've always told you, the two words have the same root word.
Listen,
And
your name is
and
on the
the
title, sir.
difference is the responsibilities between the two. And you as the main host,
Fine,
your
fine, fine.
responsibility is direction of the show.
Fine, we're doing Dolphins now. 49ers, Dolphins, 6 and 8 both. Bum teams. CBS 425. Miami favored by 1. San Francisco money line negative 105.
Mm. Which means it's a pick 'em. Uh,
Yeah, just flip the coin.
and that very well could flip by game time.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I said to people before. The only way we win this game is if we score 30 points. No one's 30 plus points. No one's getting me off this puppy. So I got the Dolphins winning. If we do win, it'll be Dolphins 31, 49ers 23. If we lose, which is the most likely, and I give this a 60% chance of happening, is because we didn't get to 30 points. And that means that the Dolphins have put up like 17 points. So you're talking about, yo, that looks good, bro. You can't hear me, but it smells good. Uh, I got it at 27, 17, 27, 21, 49ers.
Hmm.
Nope, I'm going to change that. 23, 17, 49ers. Your turn.
Um.
Because I still think our defense is going to
Um.
do their job.
Um. Let's see. And oh, that's what I was looking for right there. Okay, yep. So take that away. Uh, let's see. Take that away. Take that away. I have the 49ers winning this game 24, 26, 26 to 10. I count the hell, Miss Phins.
So you mean to tell me our defense is gonna play like trash? Because that's all
No,
people are gonna
no,
say. No, no,
no.
no, no,
That's
no, no,
not what
no.
I said.
That's what all people are gonna say. Our
I
defense is
don't care.
trash.
I know
Our
they're going to
defense is
say it anyway.
trash. Our defense is trash. They couldn't hold nobody. This is why I did my show this week because I was being a super troll, kinda, and being super sarcastic, throwing back at people's faces the same garbage they've been telling me all season. How this defense is trash and they can't stop nobody. Not realizing that the Dolphins literally played the exact same game in defense between the Jets and who did we just play that we lost to? I'm hurt so much that I can't even remember who it was. Who was it? Texans. Between the Jets and the Texans, it was the same play on defense and the same play on offense. The difference being between weeks is that somebody forgot how to play football and decided to play and sell out to the other team.
Mm.
But what do I know? I'm only surrounded by experts, but I don't know anything. You know what I mean? I'm still a young cub over here, learning every day.
Well, let me adjust my score
So
just a smidge, Miss Fins. I'm going to go 26-13.
26-13.
Yeah.
Okay, so our defense won't be too trash then. Because what I find completely ridiculous is how people expect. Bro, I was so pissed on Monday from some of the crap that I've heard. We gotta put a team around Tua. Oh, this defense can't stop nobody, right? That garbage. I pulled up the most historic scoring defenses of all time, bro. Not the last 2 years, not the last 10 years, all time. Do you know what the third best all time defense is, dude? The
Uh-uh.
third best. That is the 1986. No, I'm lying. I apologize. The 2000 Tennessee Titans. That is the third best defense all time.
Mm.
Scoring defense, allowing only 11.7 points per game. The 2000 Tennessee Titans, guys. You know what the second best defense was? The 1986 Chicago Bears defense. Yes, the
Hmm.
defense after they won the Super Bowl. Everybody remembers the 1985 defense, which again, top five all time defense. But when it comes to scoring, the 1986 was better than the year they actually won it all in 1985, allowing only 11.3 points per game. Do you know, sir, who the best scoring all time defense is? All time defense. The best scoring all time defense?
Um, um,
Scoring defense, not a none else, just scoring defense. How many points they allowed and what year were they?
mm,
There's some
has
good
to
ones.
be the 19 blah, blah, blah. London Silly Nannies.
The what? The London Nannies.
The London Silly Nannies.
Nah, man, give me a for real name. Give me a for real
Mm,
team.
Broncos, maybe?
The 2000 Baltimore
Ravens?
Ravens,
That's what I was going to say. But
allowing only 10.3 points per game. No other team has allowed less points than the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. Didn't they win that year, if I'm not mistaken?
mm-hmm,
The Super Bowl?
mm-hmm.
Didn't they also have Ray Lewis and Ed Reed? That Super Bowl? They also had 12 years later when they won it again. the same Ray Lewis and Ed Reed, and with Joe Flacco
Why
at the helm.
why does everybody forget about Suggs?
Oh, Suggs too. I'm sorry, my bad, bro. But it's 1-2 punch, but technically three.
Well, he
Suggs.
wasn't a hurricane, but he's still Suggs.
Yeah, well, you know why we remember the other two? They were hurricanes because and they're out of the three that I mentioned, the Tennessee Titans, the 2000 Tennessee Titans, the '86 Bears. None of them won the Super Bowl. Only the 2000 Baltimore Ravens won they won it all, only
so
allowing
that
10.3 points. Which to me, it's like these people out there truly think that they want a historical scoring defense so that our defense has to stop everybody else to 10 points so that our offense can play. Because if we stop them to 10 points, guess what? Our measly 12 points we scored versus the Texans would have actually won. This is what I don't understand by some people's takes. It literally makes no sense to me. I'm sorry. I
and you
just
know
need to
who
let it
that
out.
team lost to in the divisional round? The two you said the 2000 Titans, right?
Yep.
You know who they lost to in that divisional round of the playoffs that year?
Is it a very friendly team?
The
That's excellent.
2000 the 2000 Baltimore Ravens, who went on to win the Super Bowl against the New York Giants.
You mean to tell me the number one and number three defense all scoring
Right,
defense all
right,
time,
right.
dude? Like,
And by the way, for everybody that says, "Oh, who was that? Trent Dilfer? I don't remember." Uh,
I don't think so.
Tony Banks, Trent Dilfer. Yeah, so Trent Dilfer. By the way, Trent Dilfer only played 8 of those games. Tony Banks played 8 of them as well. So I don't know why everybody thinks they carried Trent Dilfer. They carried both of those quarterbacks, and believe it or not, Trent Dilfer, for everybody says that they carried him, he was 7-1, and his yardage was 1,502. So when they tell you, oh, Trent Dilfer only threw for 1,500 yards that year, their defense carried them. No, he played 8 games. Do the math. That would be over 3,000 yards, which in that era was a well accomplished season
Insane,
for a quarterback.
dude.
Okay, so
3,000
quit
yards
telling
in the
me that
year
Trent Dilfer,
2000
quit telling me that Trent Dilfer was mediocre and got
was a bum.
carried to
That's
that
what they
thing.
say.
Okay.
Yeah, they keep saying he's a
And
bum, and that's
here's
what.
the thing, Miss Fins. What I was getting at was the Super Bowl that they beat against the Giants, that they won against the Giants.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the Super Bowl with their quarterback was Kerry Collins or somebody. He had
Mm.
3,600 yards that year. That was
That's equivalent to like
Tiki Barber,
Shannon Sharp.
Amari Toomer.
No, no, straight
Let's
hands.
see,
Sorry.
Joe Juravicious, uh, Dan Campbell,
I love that guy.
Howard Cross, Jason Garrett. You know, I mean, this is okay. So we're not talking about okay. Anyway, that Baltimore team with their defense that carried Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl 34-7. I don't know how you call that carrying the defense carrying anybody.
I mean, they have to stop the opposing team from scoring, which
Well,
they
yeah,
did. They did.
they did their historic scoring performance, like you said, 7 points, but their offense put up 34. Now, are you telling me that you don't think that their historic defense was helped by their offense doing its job when it needed to
Why
all
do you
year
think
long?
we, bro? Why do you think they call us the no-name defense?
Right, right.
People act
Did
like
they
our
think that
perfect season
well,
was
really
because
quick,
it was only our offense that did it. Like,
right. Well,
uh,
really quick on that note, the Super Bowl that year, 34-7. Okay. I'm looking at the box score right now. Baltimore had a 10-0 lead at halftime. And then they went up. I don't know if New York scored first or who scored first in the second half, but they put up 14 in the third quarter. So they were up going into the fourth quarter, they were up 24-0, 24-7. So I'm pretty sure that helped them. Like, I'm pretty sure the fact that they went into the fourth quarter that 24-7 went a long way to their defense saying, no, it's the fourth quarter, just one more. And they held the Giants to 7 points in that fourth quarter. I mean, they held the Giants to nothing in that fourth quarter, and the Ravens scored another 10. So don't tell me that their offense had nothing to do with their defense, not only them winning games, but the defense being as stellar as it was. I'm not taking any credit away from the Baltimore defense. What I'm saying is they might have been 14 points per game that year had the Baltimore Ravens not done their job on offense. They wouldn't have been historically the best at 10 points per game if the Baltimore Ravens did not, in fact, have an offense. Sorry.
No, you're
It's
right. You're
complementary. It's
100% right.
complementary.
It has
A
to be
defense can never
complementary
carry a team to a Super Bowl win.
because you have to score points.
All they can do is be the best in the league at number of opportunities that they give their offense to score. That's all they can do.
But the offense has to score.
And when the offense does, it makes it easier for that defense to have numbers that show that they have very little scoring against them. Because most of the time, you've already got the other offense in a pass-only situation. And Ray Lewis and all them boys can tee off. The quicker the Ravens offense, see, this is why it looks skewed. Because the Ravens didn't have to do much more. They just had to do it early. The quicker they got to a point where Ray Lewis could tee off, the quicker they won the game. And the offense didn't have to do anything after that. And that's also what kept themselves injury-free is the fact that they weren't overexerting themselves, putting 40 points on everybody. They didn't have to.
Exactly. They didn't have to. And it was a tandem. So I agree with you. The offense had to help out the defense, so that the defense had to help out the offense. It's a 1-2 punch. You have to have both.
Mhm.
But my point is, some of these people's takes, not them, some of these people's takes, I don't understand when they're expecting this defense with a first year DC and half the the players personnel on defense being new. Like, but you want them to be historic, right? But the side of the ball that has third year straight with the same coach, the same quarterback, the same system, the same weapons, all paid, by the way, and having all the focus. Oh, they get a pass? Like, come on, man. Like, no. I will not. I will always defend the defense, not just because I love defense. It's
Well, here's the
because
irony.
I expect my number one scoring offense that was last year to actually perform. And what did they do? They got to 32.
Right.
My
And
defense has stayed at least at mid-level to top 10 in the last 5 years.
Here's the other irony. That year, the game, Baltimore versus Tennessee. So you're talking, what'd you just say? The first and the third historically best defenses against scoring,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Look at the way the game played out. I'm looking at the box score right now. Tennessee struck first, scored a touchdown in the first quarter, cracked through that Baltimore defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second quarter, Titans defense cracks. Baltimore scores a touchdown. Game's tied at 7 at halftime. Third quarter, one of them, I don't know which one first, but one of them strikes, field goal. Boom. Broke through that defense.
Mm-hmm.
The other team answered, field goal. Now we're tied at 10 going into the fourth quarter. Now you're telling me that Tennessee defense all of a sudden collapsed and started giving up 14 points. And it had nothing to do with the Baltimore Ravens offense finally
putting up points,
using their advantage of being the offense and knowing the play, did their job and put up their 14, and the Tennessee Titans offense did not.
They did their jobs.
Both defenses giving their offenses chances to score all day until the fourth quarter. Seriously?
They did
No,
their
no. The
job.
Titans did not. Offense did not do their job, or we're likely still playing that game in overtime.
They did their job, and that's
And
the
the
part that
evidence
I'm
is what Miss
frustrated.
Finns just said. The
My
evidence to what I'm saying is what Miss Finns just said. First and third, historic defenses,
all
but their
time,
offense.
guys, all
But the
time.
winner, the winner needed their offense to break through one of those historic defenses, and the Ravens did. Now, how you think about Trent Dilfer?
Yeah, no, I know. It's I'll tell you this. I just that's what I expect from my offense, especially since we put so much on. That's what I expect from my offense, man. We put too much money in this offense, too much time, too much emphasis, and all I see is them laughing at the sideline while my defense is dying out here, trying to contain the rest of it with the first year DC. But I'm supposed to be okay with my number one overall offense to play like absolutely the worst in the league. I cannot accept that. See, I hold my quarterback and my offense to a higher standard. I know some people don't believe they can do better. I personally do believe they can do better, and I expect them to do better. So I hold them to a higher standard, period. So I'm gonna always ask them to do their job. And unfortunately, they just haven't done their job. And I don't want to hear nothing about just bad teams, blah blah blah. No, you're not doing your job when you're 1-15 versus cold weather teams or cold weather games, or you're 3-15 versus good teams, 500 and above. Like that's ridiculous. We're supposed to be contenders. Like, please, it's so frustrating. And right now, we're lucky if we don't get blown out by the 49ers, people. I'm not gonna give you the rest of my takes and stuff because obviously we've got the game preview on Friday. Come check it out, 8 a.m. But no, I'm highly disappointed on this offense, and I expect them to perform. I expect them to perform, period. And they haven't. And that's the part that pisses me off. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. And I'm supposed to be okay with it. Every year, the same thing over and over again. We look great at the beginning of the season, but just bum out at the end. Like, come on, man. There's two common denominators, color commentary, in the last 5 years. Can you please tell me what those two common denominators are, sir? Can you tell me, color, what the two common denominators are? Same here, Miss Finch. Yeah, I get it, man. It's ridiculous. We don't even look good at the beginning of the season at this time. Exactly. At least before we had 3 and O's. We were beating the teams. We were starting the season 3 and 0. Now it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I think Color's getting a little bit break. That's why he probably can't hear me right now. Um, maybe he should let me cook some
I
more
can hear
food.
you. I just didn't realize I was on mute.
Oh, this entire
Yeah,
time. Yeah,
I don't. The lack of execution and the quarterback are the two common denominators.
yeah, yeah. I could also say Chris Greer and Tua Tagovailoa are also the two common denominators. But you're right. Lack of execution and QB play. High level of consistent QB play is the reason why we just haven't been successful. But I'm supposed to be okay with mediocre. I don't want no mediocre. I'm tired of being a 500 team. Do people not realize? I, literally Google Dolphins record
What's up, Chef G?
last 100 games. Can you? You're not even gonna believe this. In our last 100 games, bro, do you know what our record is? I can't even believe this is true. Just guess. Just take a guess. And out of the last 100 games the Miami Dolphins have played,
50
bro.
and 50.
Exactly.
Are we really? Oh,
I'm
wow.
being dead ass serious. I'm looking at it right now. The Miami
Wow.
Dolphins have a record of 50 and 50 in their last 100 games.
Wow.
But I'm
Yeah,
okay. I'm supposed to be okay being literally mediocre.
wow. Yeah, nobody believes that anymore, Mudbone. Try again.
Like, come on. Like, this
Nobody
is
believes that
ridiculous.
anymore.
It's ridiculous, man. Like, O line, D line is the two common denominators, trenches.
Nobody believes that anymore.
What do you mean the two common denominators? What about the O line and D line, dude? What
It's
about them?
such a tired statement. It doesn't even bother me
Does
anymore.
Tua have another hip injury? I hope not, because I can't. Are you there yet, Culler? But seriously, man, like I'm supposed to be okay with literally being 50 and 50 in the last 100 games the Miami Dolphins have played. Nah, I'm not gonna be okay with that. I'm not gonna be okay with that. Not at all. Do you know what it is to
Miss Vins,
be?
what's 17?
I'm already doing it, bro. I'm already
Well,
doing it.
we've only played
We only played 17 in the
we've
last
only played 14
three two,
so far this
two
year though.
seasons.
So
Yeah. But it don't even matter. It doesn't even matter, bro. They took account all
well,
100
I'm just wondering.
games.
I'm wondering how far back 100 games goes. How many of
It's
those
about 6
100?
years. It's about 6 years.
Right. So right. So about
I put 100 divided by 16, and it says 6.25.
right.
Because if you think about it, we've played 17 games last season and the season before that. So take those two extra games, add it to the 14, that'll make it 16. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So 6 years and a quarter. 6 years and a quarter.
So 48 of those games were coached by Mike McDaniel.
Half of them, bro. Half of them. Just say half.
48 of them exactly.
Half of them.
17 and 17 is 34 plus 14 is 48. This Sunday will be 49.
I just, and then I'm supposed to be okay with mediocrity. No, man, I want to win. I want to be like those teams that we just talked about, Color. We just talked. Where's the tankathon? We just talked about this team. Funny how somehow these teams that end up picking 25, 26,
Mhm.
27, 32, somehow they're always able to find key players, even if they won a Super Bowl. And somehow their scouting department can find gems in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth round. Don't even matter how many. They can have two picks. They'll still find two gems. But I'm supposed to be okay with us always picking 14 through 18 every single year? And we bust so hard. We bust so hard. Dude, I got a list of Chris Greer's draft picks for the last 5 years, dude. And we've got more busts than we do winners. It's frustrating. It's super frustrating as a fan. But I'm supposed to be okay with this? Come on, man. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is absolutely embarrassing. I agree with you. This is why I want a huge change in the front office because we deserve better than this as a diehard Dolphin fan, Chef Juice says. I agree. Mudbone says you don't have to believe Greer, don't have to believe Super Bowl winning teams believe. So y'all stay delusional, shaking my head. Did I read that right or am I reading this wrong? Color, you want to read that real quick? Because I don't know if I read
I
that
mean,
right.
it doesn't matter because it doesn't phase me. He's
You
wrong.
don't
It
have
just
to
doesn't
believe
matter.
Greer. Don't. You don't have to believe Greer. Don't have to believe Super Bowl winning teams believe. So y'all stay delusional.
No,
How am I
no.
gonna,
Super Bowl winning teams do not believe. Super Bowl winning teams execute.
dude? You stole the word right out of my mouth. They execute and get better and still pick gems and make deals with their opponents, like the Buffalo Bills, who they beat every single offseason, and still manage to get gems with their picks. Like, I want to be here. This
Super
is what I
Bowl
want.
winning teams tell their losing opponent, "Don't stop believing."
Hold on to that feeling. Yeah. Like, I want to so bad. I want to win a Super Bowl. And that's what people don't get. Like, guys, I don't care if Tua gets me there, man. I just want to win a Super Bowl. I just want to win a Super Bowl. I don't care who gets me there, dude. I really don't. And that's the difference. See, some people, they want, don't tell me that. Don't tell me this.
I
Breaking
don't
news:
know how
Tua
it's
has another
breaking,
hip.
and I don't know how it's breaking unless it's affecting the game.
Oh snap! Shout out to Doll fan 72. Shout out to Doll. Apparently, Tyreek Hill earlier today put got y'all exactly how I want, and she put pregnant question mark.
Uh,
Dang, that's funny.
wow.
I give you that. That's funny. There's no way. What? What? What does? There's no way that
Denver
Tua
Denver
Tagovailoa has.
Broncos have the same trenches they had last year when we dropped 70 on them. All their trenches started doing was executing this year.
Hold up. There's no way.
But that's okay. You keep believing from the couch, Mudbone. Denver's got games to play.
I don't get this. Um, this is. I don't know. I don't know. I think you're messing with us, man. I can't stand you, Cat for life. I'm not seeing no breaking news, dude.
Oh no, there is news about a hip. He did have a minor hip injury, or I don't know what you call it, but they reported a hip problem in practice today. But they
Are you
said it was no
serious?
big deal. But I didn't hear anybody saying it was a big deal or that it was going to stop his ability to play or anything. Yeah. Yeah, that was reported hours ago, but I don't know if there's any change in how it affects his ability to play going forward. But the irony of it being a hip injury is kind of out the window. You know what I mean?
I just can't no more if it is a Bill's injury. Like I just a hip injury. I just can't, dude,
I
because
mean, I don't know what he see to it is being able to put his face on a lot of different definitions, concussion protocol, different rules, and now uh, the guy whose irony writes itself, the master of irony, Tua.
I don't. I hope that's not true. That's all I'm gonna say. Excuse me. I really hope that's not true.
Well, Barry Jackson reported it.
If that's the case, dude. If that's the case, I just can't. Color. I gotta run to real quick to take your son. Can you hold it down real quick and just talk about this playoff situation? Let me put you
I can, and that's why
literally
I'll lead that into my take on the Chargers Broncos game.
perfect.
I don't care if anybody believes. I don't care if anybody cares. I'm going to report it because this is League Wide Wednesday and the Dolphins are not mathematically out of the playoffs. So if you don't like talking about the playoff machine and the playoff chances and all that, go ahead and close your ears now because the next part's going to bother you. Okay. The Dolphins, in my opinion, the best avenue for them to make the playoffs and to have the best luck for themselves would be for the Chargers to win tomorrow. Now, a lot of people will disagree. They got their own angles. But the likelihood, and also the Colts need to lose tomorrow or Sunday, because the likelihood of the Colts losing to one of their last opponents is a lot lower. I mean, it's a lot more than, a lot lower, I'm sorry, than the likelihood of the Broncos losing their last three. The Broncos have to play the Chargers tomorrow, the Chiefs, and who else was it? The name escapes me. The Broncos again, I believe. And I don't. I mean, I'm sorry. The Broncos have to play the Chargers, the Chiefs, and Cincinnati. And if Cincinnati is intending to make a run and they can do it, see, Cincinnati's in the same boat we are, right behind us in the last hope of making it. So they're going to make every effort to win that game against the Broncos, last game of the season. And the Broncos got to get through the Chargers and the Chiefs. If the Chargers lose all three of theirs, the Colts only have to lose one more, which the best shot at that is either the Titans or their divisional opponent, the Jaguars, at the end of the season. They're not losing to the Giants and they're not losing to the Patriots. Very little, very unlikely. That being said, my opinion, it's a lot easier, but given who the Chargers play going here forward, it's harder for the Chargers to lose enough games that we need them to lose, because the Broncos can take care of two birds with one stone. I mean, the Chargers can, because if the Chargers beat the Broncos, that's a loss to the Broncos. And then if the Chiefs beat the Chargers, that brings the Broncos back in, but not by enough. So it's really tricky. What it is that the either the Broncos, if the Broncos win out or lose out, it's because they lost one or two. The Chargers would have to lose one more, and the Colts would have to lose one more. But if the Broncos don't lose out, then I think two of them have to lose two, and one of them has to lose one. Like, in other words, the Chargers and Broncos then have to lose two, and the Colts have to lose another one or something. So it's just not happening. It's a lot easier in my opinion, for the Dolphins to get the luck they need if the Broncos lose their last ball games, three of their last ball games.
The
And if you look,
Broncos have to lose?
if the Broncos lose three ball games and the Colts lose one, we're in.
Hold on.
Because here's the reason. Okay, if the Colts, if we need the Broncos and the Chargers to at least lose two, and we need the Colts to lose one. Okay, but because the Chargers and Broncos play each other, we can kill two of those birds with one stone. In other words, if the Chargers win tomorrow, the Broncos then have to win two to make it to the playoffs. And so do the Chargers.
You want to run through it real quick?
But if you look at the if you look at the Chargers next couple games, it is less likely that they lose to than it is the Broncos because the Broncos have to face the Chiefs and the Bengals.
Okay, let's take a look at this real quick.
And I'm sorry, you're still talking about a rookie quarterback facing the Chiefs and the Bengals.
Okay, so let's say Chargers win is what you say
Right.
we have to do,
Right.
right? Then
Right.
we got I'm just gonna do the most likely.
Sure.
Chiefs,
Sure.
Lions,
Well, no,
Titans.
wait there a second. The Colts game. The Colts have to win that game. If the Colts win that game and don't lose another, there's no way we can get in.
Okay, so let's do it with the Colts winning then.
However, the Colts have two divisional games, Titans and the Jags at the end of the year. So take your choices to which one of those ones you want to win. If you want to make it easier for the show, you can have them do it now and have the Titans beat them. You know what I mean?
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Right. Just
Okay.
for the sake of
Okay.
expediency. Right.
I
Right.
just want
Right.
to get him through. You know what I'm saying?
If they beat if the Colts win this week, then they're in the same scenario at the end of the year. They have to defeat a divisional opponent, but they're not losing to the Patriots and the Giants. I'm sorry. They're just not. I guess it's possible, but
Okay. Let's put it that way. That's just week 16. Let's see what happens. This is where it's at right now. Week 17. Oh, I got the Steelers winning
I
this
got them.
one.
I got the Steelers winning that game too, believe it or
Yeah,
not.
I got the Ravens beating the Texans. I
Yep.
got Vikings beating them.
Seahawks,
Seahawks.
Raiders over Saints, maybe. Yeah, might as well.
Yuck. I still think they want to remember. It said they want a new quarterback, so I don't know if they
Right,
want to
right,
get this one. So
right.
let's go Saints because I think that's most
Okay.
likely.
Chargers beat the
Chargers,
Patriots.
Colts are going to
Colts are
beat
going to beat
the
the
Giants.
Giants.
This one is
That's what
tough.
I'm talking about right there.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll hold off in a second here. We know I clicked it
Right.
already. Dolphins, because we have to win if not, we're done. Rams, Bills,
Bills,
Jags, Lions. Ah,
Washington. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Washington with this one. Yeah. Okay. We have it with the Broncos winning this one, right? Let's just say we're
Correct.
just saying.
It's not possible if they do.
But hold on, hold
We
on.
have
We're
to have
just
the Broncos lose all three in this scenario.
hold on. Let me just
Good. Good.
fill it in real quick.
Oh wait, because no, we have the Chargers beating them. So yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
I think Texans will definitely
Texans. Yep.
win. Falcons. If they have given us
Chiefs.
that,
You're talking about Bo Nix, Patrick
okay,
Mahomes. Chiefs
okay,
all day long on that.
okay. Damn, it's another time. Gee, and let me finish thinking about it. Okay, Steelers. I got the Steelers.
Cardinals,
Cardinals. Yeah,
Packers,
this
Ravens,
one.
Dolphins,
This is for
Lions.
the division. Here.
I
This
got
is
the
it.
Lions.
I got the Lions too, which will put them
Boom,
there.
number
So
one seed.
there you go. Let's.
See, now you have to go back to week 17
Okay.
and to 17
Oh.
and have the Bengals defeat the Broncos, and look what happens. The
There's
Broncos have to
no
lose
way.
3. The
There's
Broncos have
no
to
way,
lose
bro.
3.
Yes,
You
but
don't
there's
think the
no.
Bengals can beat the Broncos?
I didn't say that. I'm saying is that I don't think that the Broncos are losing all three. Is
But
what I'm trying to
again,
say.
I didn't say that either. We got to stop this. I don't think it's going to happen. We know it's not going to happen. We already know that. None of this is going to happen. Okay, what I'm
I
saying is
still think.
what is more likely to happen? Cuz look who the Chargers are facing. Do you really from here on out go to week 17? You think the Chargers are
Patriots
losing to the Patriots?
and the Raiders. No, they're not.
You think the Giants are going to beat the Colts? Because we still have to have the Colts lose to the Titans or the Jags for all this to happen. I think you might have skipped that game. Oh no,
Which
you
one?
did. You did pick the Colts over the Jags, right? Now
Yeah.
pick the now go back to week 13. Okay. We
Week
have
what?
us in, yeah, go back to week 13. Have
13. It doesn't let me do it.
not 13, I meant 14.
You mean
The
16?
or whatever, wherever we're at the first game. Right. Now have the Colts beat the Titans. the Colts have to lose
Titans,
no
they're
matter
gonna beat
what
the
the
Giants.
scenario.
They're they could lose this one,
Right,
but
but
yeah,
if the
they
but
got
if
an
the
easy schedule.
but if the Broncos win tomorrow, the Colts have to lose too. I think that's the crux of it.
Okay, let me show you a different one. Let's say
Right, let's
Broncos
do it.
win.
Let's have the Broncos winning tomorrow.
Let's have the Broncos winning tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got Chargers winning
They're
here,
going to
and
beat
we
the
got
Patriots.
yeah,
I mean, we
and they're
might have
gonna
to go
be
back and adjust that one, but yeah.
they're gonna the Chargers are winning their next two after this one, right? Right? That's what we're saying
Right,
because
right,
we truly believe it.
right, exactly.
Next
Because
two
it's them,
games for
and
the
then the
Broncos.
Chargers. The last game, the Chargers have to face. Who do they have to face the last game of the season?
Who? Oh,
The
Raiders.
Chargers.
They're gonna beat the Raiders.
That's what I'm saying. If the
But look
if
at
the
this.
Broncos don't lose, then we need crappy teams to beat the Chargers and the
It's not
Colts.
gonna
It's
happen.
not
It's not gonna
happening.
happen.
The
But
the
the
more
Bengals,
likely scenario is that really good teams beat Bo Nix, like the Chargers tomorrow, the Chiefs, and the Bengals. You don't think Joe Burrow wants to get back, and if he has a chance, you know what I mean? Like he's
I don't
gonna.
think they have a chance.
I think they don't have an E next to their name. There's got to be a path you can find.
Okay, so let me see. Bengals winning out. What does that do? Okay, and then the
All it means
week.
is there's a lot of football still left to be played. But my opinion is that
Oh, the Steelers game. I
the
don't think they're
only
gonna
like
lose this.
where I would say that if you were to say that I know our percentage to make the playoffs is like 6%. I get that. But if you were to say what's the percentage between the pathway with the Broncos losing 3 or the pathway with the others losing 2, I'm going to say the pathway with the Broncos losing 3 is a 45% chance of us making it, where the other one is like a 10% chance.
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying?
If Broncos win
So I'm
out,
rooting for the. I mean, you may disagree in the long run after you look at it all night, but I still am. I'm going for the
but if the
Chargers
Broncos
tomorrow.
win out, hold on. Let me put the Broncos winning out. Let's just say maybe they do, right? Let's just say the Broncos somehow win out, right? Did I skip them? Yeah. Hold on. Where are they? Let's say they win out and they get this last win, right? If Broncos win out, they can get the fifth seed. Chargers still get because they're not about to lose no one game. That means the Chargers would hold on, pause real quick. It's less likely for the Chargers to lose the next two games after this week than it is for the Broncos to win out.
Lose all 3.
They have to lose all three. You're right. Could it happen? Yes, but it's least likely.
That's what I'm
To
saying.
happen.
When you look at strength of schedule and you look at Bo Nix being a rookie, okay, I get all he's on fire and all that, and they're a good team and all that, but
Especially if Kansas City is
they have
one
to
game away
face
from the number one
they
seed.
have to face
They're
Jim
gonna go for
Harbaugh
it.
and Justin Herbert tomorrow, who are looking to get off the snide because they haven't put up a lot of points in the past couple games. Okay, they got the Chiefs. Okay, he's not defeating Mahomes. It's not happening.
Well,
And
no,
then you got the
not when that
Bengals,
last game. Week 18 determines the number one seed. By the way,
right?
Week 18 will determine that.
Then you got the Bengals. Joe Burrow is gonna, if he has a slight chance to keep going, he's gonna try his hardest. And my point is, it'll collapse. This whole thing will collapse if, let's say, the Broncos lose 2, and then the Bengals are already eliminated from the playoffs by week 18. Then you could say, well, the Broncos will probably beat the Bengals there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
but that's the path,
still,
people.
that's why it's outrageously impossible any scenario, because if the Bengals are eliminated by week 18, the Broncos are not losing all 3.
So the goal is for Broncos
Is to
to.
keep the Bengals alive and the Chargers to beat the Broncos tomorrow. And then Sunday, the Titans have got to have some kind of pride in trying to beat the Colts. Because the
Damn,
only
this is
other opportunity after that is Duval County, baby. Jacksonville Jaguars, who are every bit as likely to want to beat anybody. Much less a division opponent. But if your hopes are on the Giants and the Patriots to beat the Colts, yeah, I guess it's possible because, if Anthony Richardson cowers in the moment, I guess it's possible. But for real, the Giants and the Patriots, I would probably say the most likely to beat those Colts would be the Patriots out of those two teams, but I just don't know if the Patriots are allowed to win right now. You know what I mean?
I personally think this is tough. So, with that being said,
Bottom line,
color,
none of it happens if we lose.
yeah, let's. I have to be with you, sir. I am going down this path. We shall both choose the Chargers to win because we need them to, and therefore I've got the Chargers winning
Yeah, and I think they can.
23
I think they
to
can. I think Herbert, like I
17.
said, Herbert and Harbaugh probably likely want to get off the snide with lack of scoring.
23-17 Chargers. What do you got?
And hey, consensus public has them 62% of the time of the public says Chargers. So
And the Chargers they would solidify the sixth seed then in that case. Mm.
yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers 24-20. Be a fun game, mid scoring, but fun to watch. Not terrible football. You know what I mean?
Now, for the like I told you, for the Steelers to get the number one, obviously I expect them to beat the Ravens here. The
Yeah,
Chiefs, if
I'm
the
gonna
Chiefs
really quick.
lose,
I'm interested in hearing of what you were telling your brother earlier. I'm gonna go brew a cup of coffee while you're talking about, if you want to, how the Steelers could actually get the
oh
first
yeah,
seed.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
So go ahead,
fascinated to hear.
take your little break here, because obviously we're chilling tonight. It's that last League Wide Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, of 2024. On a Wednesday night. The next 2 weeks obviously is gonna be holiday Wednesdays. So because of that, we're not gonna be having a show on Wednesday, but a Wednesday night. Possibility of a Wednesday morning, maybe, but for sure, no Wednesday. I was already told, I can't do no shows Wednesdays coming up. So yeah, Miss Vince is taking a break. But unless you guys want to do and provide the holiday cheer and donate to the channel and pay me to come work, then I'm gonna be like, shh, I'm getting paid for this. But for now, I'm gonna have to stay out of it. But this is what I was telling my brother, obviously, uh, brother Phins over here, that there is a path for the Steelers to get the number one overall seed. It's gonna take three teams. Now, the one team that I don't foresee losing, it's gonna be the Bills team. The Bills have to lose just one time. One time. I don't foresee that happening. But let's say maybe Aaron Rodgers might want to be the Super Bowl Aaron Rodgers moving forward and somehow manage to beat the Bills. They just gotta lose one game. That's it. Lose one game, right? I've got the Steelers beating the Ravens. I got the Steelers beating the Chiefs. I don't see the Chiefs beating the Steelers. So got the Steelers winning week 17. Week 18, the Steelers also are playing um the Bengals. And I got them beating the Bengals as well. Meaning the Steelers are gonna win out. So the one loss to The one lost to the Bills versus the Jets. Obviously, um, Steelers have to win out, which would create the Chiefs have to lose 2 games. So let's say the Chiefs lose, because we cannot have the Chiefs losing to the Broncos, because then if the Chiefs lose to the Broncos, we
By the way, I now
we're screwed.
understand the joke from earlier why you were laughing so hard about my Jets and my Jets take because you probably spent like 3 days with this synopsis and you were ready to tell us why the Steelers could get the number 1 seed and it was going to correlate with your pick for the oh no,
Literally, it was.
it's hilarious. I feel really bad, but that is absolutely hilarious. Now I know why you were laughing so hard.
Now you see why I was laughing so hard, because I was like, damn, I had all this prepared. Like literally, I went through this scenario. No lies, it's right here. Like I had already gone through it, and I'm like, man, I'm ready for league. No, we're not gonna go through this apparently. So, but yes, if the Bills lose to the Jets, which I think it's probably the only time, unless somehow, some way, the Bills will lose to the Patriots away week 18, which I don't think they will. But we can't let the Chiefs lose to the Broncos. We need the Chiefs to beat the Broncos, right? So we're gonna keep that there. If not, we're screwed. Okay. But this week, if the Chiefs can lose to the Steelers and lose to the Texans, damn it, that's nothing for us. Okay. That's not the game that I was talking to. Really, this one doesn't do nothing for us. Damn. What was the one that I was looking at then? Oh. Oh no. So in this scenario, Broncos would have to beat the Chiefs in week 18, and Broncos would have to beat. See, this is the other way, by the way, color that we could also win. If the Broncos beat the Chargers next, like this week, right? And the Texans somehow beat, because obviously if let's say Mahomes can't play, right? No, Miss Phins, be on next Wednesday. Nah, bro, y'all gonna have to pay me, and I mean pay me to come on Wednesday. So it's not gonna happen. Um, but feel free if you guys want to donate to the channel. But you gotta donate to Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, because I want 100% of that versus 50%. You know. But if the Broncos beat, you paying attention, Color? Because I know you were cracking,
I'm
thinking.
trying to.
Okay. If the Broncos beat the Chargers, okay, because it could happen. Texans beat the Chiefs. We already know they're gonna beat the Ravens, and we know the Bills are gonna beat the Patriots, right? That's this week coming up. Then next week, because you got them beating, you got the Steelers beating the Chiefs, which I think will happen. That's a head-to-head matchup. Even if Chargers win the next 2 games, bro. Okay, and that's the Chargers beating the Patriots, and then
Oh, so the
Bengals.
Bengals can beat the Broncos for you, but not for me. Okay, I got you.
No, in this scenario, yeah, yeah, yeah. In this scenario, bro, yes. In this particular scenario, the Bengals can beat the Broncos. Chargers beat the Patriots, right? Um, right, and the Jets beat again. This is super like Hail Mary kind of stuff, right? I'm not even lying.
Yeah,
I
but they're
know.
Hail Marrying for the number 1 seed. That's
Mm,
what you want to be doing, you know?
exactly. And then somehow, yeah, somehow essentially, I'm saying if the Chiefs lose out,
Well, it's more possible for Broncos beating the Chiefs than them Raiders beating them Chargers right there. I'm just
exactly.
saying.
Mm. You never know. Anyways, uh, okay, fine.
Hey,
Give
look at
him
that.
this,
We get
man.
back in if the Raiders beat the Chargers. Look at that.
We get back in if the
I mean, it
Patriots
is a
beat the
divisional
Chargers.
game. I guess they could
This
beat the
is this
Chargers.
is why I do the divisional games are always tougher.
Right. So it's not like if the Chargers lose tomorrow, it's not like we're
We're out
jumping
of
off
it.
the cliff
Yeah,
any more than we would the other way. You know what I mean?
exactly.
I could see the Raiders beating the Chargers in the last game of the season, divisional game
Just to stick it to them, bro. Teams
in
do that all
Vegas.
the
Yeah,
time.
I could see that.
Dude, how many times did we do it to Tom Brady? That's why he hated going up against us, especially at the end of the season, because he knew we always played spoiler.
Well,
Always.
we're going to find out a lot because how of their chances of doing that this week because again, they're starting that kid Desmond Ritter. We never know if he ain't taking another step in his career and looks different than he has. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm not
No, you're
expecting that.
right.
I'm just
You're
saying I've
right.
been following him and the guy's got some talent and some skills and so
It's
far it hasn't panned out. But now he's over here. He's getting the start this week in a non-pressure situation. I'm
and
curious
you
to see if by week 18 we're not saying, "Damn, Raiders might just easily beat the Chargers." You know what I mean?
and we sneak in is what I'm trying to say.
Given the
Now,
fact that the
obviously,
Chargers haven't put up more than 17 in the last two ball games. You know what I mean? So
it's still possible. It's a highly unlikely. I get it, but you see, the scenario that Color gave you is there. It's definitely more likely than mine. But there is still a shot where not only can we make it in, but the Steelers could be the number one
man,
team.
that'd be a big old party in the Miss Finn's household,
You,
man.
you don't
Wow, and
even
the
know because
family.
look, this is me and
Be a
my
family
brother.
gathering, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Dolphins
Hey, we got.
squeak in, Steelers squeak into the number one seed.
Oh my
Wow.
God, dude, it'd be insane. We got EM in the
I want
building.
to be
What's up,
invited to that
EM?
party.
Happy holidays, dude. I'm telling you, our parties are huge. But we were even thinking, okay, let's say, you know, we're the 2007. I'm in delusional land. I know, whatever. We're in the 2000. We are the 2007.
Seattle Seahawks.
No, no, no. What do you mean? The
Oh,
Giants
I
won
don't
that
know.
year.
Oh,
Giants won
oh
that
yeah.
year.
Oh, the Giants. We're the Eli Giants, huh?
The Eli Giants. The
Tua Eli.
2007 Eli Giants
Tua
sneaked in
Manning.
the last. And I don't give, bro. I bet Tua better channel his inner Eli. That's what I'm saying.
Elia Viola.
Elia Vailoa, let's go, dude.
Tua
And we
Tago Elia Vola.
for real.
Tua Tago Elia Vola.
I'm with it. I'm
Manning.
1000% with it. Manning. Exactly. And we somehow stick it to the Bills at their home, beat them, right? And then obviously Chiefs beat the Broncos, and then Ravens beat the what is it called? The my lord, the
I mean,
Texans.
look,
There you go.
with as much football left to be played, I think your point about Mahomes being a little nicked up is valid. I think that
And
with
you
as
know they
much
can play and
football as
win the
left to
Super
be
Bowl.
played, all of these guys are still human beings that have to take beatings in every one of these weeks. So I know it sounds crazy what we're talking about, but there is so much football left to be played that as a team, even if you're as bad a team as we are, with no hope for anything going forward, we are still not eliminated.
No,
And so, given as much football is left to be played, I am not going to be like, oh my gosh, the Steelers getting the first seed and the Dolphins falling into the seventh is not the craziest thing I've ever seen in the NFL. To your point, Miss Finns, about those 2007 Giants, I think we can argue that David Tyree catch is probably one of the craziest things we've ever seen in the NFL.
dude,
Us
I
getting into the
cried. I was
playoffs,
so happy.
us getting into the playoffs is not near that crazy. That Julian Edelman catch for the Patriots in the Super Bowl that one year, where
It,
you
it
can slide a piece of paper between the ball and the ground. Okay. That's crazier than the Dolphins making the playoffs this year.
exactly. And you just need a shot. We beat the Bills. Oh wait, first time we
Good.
finally conquer those demons, right?
All the teams in the top part, right,
Mm-hmm.
that we're having to get through to get there. All those teams. One of them could lose their unstoppable pass rusher. Another could lose their star running back. The other could lose their quarterback. God forbid. You know, all of these things can happen to every one of these teams to where now they're equalized, and that the Raiders can beat the Chargers in Week 18. Or the Broncos can beat the Chiefs in Week 18. You know what I mean? Like, people have to
It is
realize that
possible.
even this late, there is so many football minutes left to be played.
Which would be so dope because we were saying then in the second round it would be us going
But
to
our problem
Pittsburgh.
is, which I know everybody says that pessimistically, is that we have to be ready to step through that door, which means taking care of what's on our plate. And if we do somehow make it into the first round, beat that team right there that wears red, white, and blue.
Dude, we do that.
I mean,
Second round we go to Pittsburgh.
my point is that's stepping through the door. The door is closed to us right now, or it's got like one little, crack that you can see through. If that door opens, we have one more chance to prove we can step through that door. And that includes McDaniel, Greer, this whole shebang that we've been talking about being over all week.
Listen to me.
If it
Nobody.
happens that that door is open for us, we could actually find ourselves with one more chance to prove to this fan base in this world that we can step through that door. And I don't
Nobody
believe
picked the
that'll happen.
Giants to
I
win.
don't believe that'll happen. You know what
I
I mean?
know.
And so if we don't step through that door, it once again proves that we just don't have the ability to or will to. And so at the same time, everybody will be like, yeah, Culler, you can't wipe away everything, though, by stepping through the door once. I beg to differ. I
You
beg
win
to
me a
differ because
Super Bowl, I'm gonna be
what it proves again is that so much can happen in a season that a good team, no matter what troubles they've had all year, one of the monikers of a true contender is that no matter how bad it is, even if it's just mathematically, and that door opens, you have to step through it. The good teams step through that door. Oh, we weren't expecting it this year. Wow, sucks for us. No, we're likely not going to do anything. We're going to beat the teams in front of us. But if that door opens, it's a good team. It's a contender, a true one that'll step through that door, no matter what's happened this year.
it
Not
would
caring whether
be
the fans, the one, they don't care whether the fans give them credit for it at the end of the day. So, in other words, they step through that door and the pessimists will be like, well, yeah, that was only once. That's all it takes, people. That's all it takes.
one Super Bowl.
You taste that one. No, I'm saying you taste that feeling of being a true contender once. That's all you need to taste it is once. And that could like springboard to a lot of good
Nobody's
football for a couple seasons with this squad.
Nobody picked the Giants to win the Super Bowl that year. Nobody. They weren't even supposed to make the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. Now, for
And they
anybody thinking I'm flip
squeaked.
flopping, I don't believe none of that's going to happen. Just so you're
Me
clear. Just so we're
neither. Me
clear.
neither.
Just so we're clear. I don't
I
believe
give
none
it
of
a
that's
three
going to happen.
percent chance. I'm gonna be nice and be. I'm gonna give it a 3% chance. That's how
In
nice I'm
other words,
being.
my test is turned in. My evaluation is done. They had enough opportunities to step through that door and they didn't. So, do I
But
believe they would if the door was open again? No, they would literally slam it shut on themselves. That's what I believe. I'm just talking about what would happen if they did and how it would make me feel. I would every bit of what's happened is gone if they
I
just
wouldn't
step through
care.
that door. You know why? Because the door closes behind you. You're already in when you step through that door. You don't have to step through it again.
You break through. Oh my
You're
God.
now inside instead of outside, or outside instead of inside if you're stepping through to get outside. You know what I mean? Right now, we're inside with all the junk. We only got to step outside once. Nobody says we have to go back in.
And can you imagine? I told my brother, dude, if we ended up having Dolphins at Steelers at any point in the playoffs, we both agreed him and I are going to that game.
That's going to be
Somehow, some
expensive.
way. Him and I are going to that game. I don't care what kind
That's
of little
going to be
run.
expensive.
I don't care what little rundown place I gotta be at. I'm renting the smallest room in all of Pittsburgh and getting the cheapest flipping tickets ever. But I'm gonna be there with my little bro because there's no way I'm going to miss a playoff game. I mean, we're gonna lose it anyways, but still, if we want it, I mean, can you imagine us making it to the Super Bowl? I just wouldn't even know what to do to myself. I really wouldn't know. I would need the entire week off. Like my
Well,
boss
I
is
do
already
like
know.
the idea that the pressure is obviously off, because I'm not the only one that doesn't believe that none of that's going to happen. The organization don't believe it either. So
Mhm.
that just means that the pressure is actually off of the players, and we could see some improvement because of that. We could see these guys playing in a nice, relaxed state where we know when
That would
we're
be
playing
amazing.
relaxed and we're having fun, we can really turn it up.
That
So there is the
would
one
be
benefit of
amazing.
everything being so close to done that everybody thinks it already is, and there's really no pressure on us to go through and beat the 49ers, the Browns, and the Jets, because who's really going to be talking about beating the Browns in the snow if everybody thinks it's over anyway? You see what I'm
Oh,
saying? We're not going to have to deal with all that leading up to the Browns. So I'm hoping we just quietly win 3 games, and get lucky. But you got to be ready to step through the door if that luck happens.
that would be so amazing.
I mean, otherwise you should have just gave up earlier. I mean, if you've got to this point where you still don't have an E next to your name, you got to play as much football as left. You got to play as if the door is going to be open to you again, and be ready to step through it. That's where we're at. I don't think we have that mentality, but we'll see. If the chance is there, the chance is there. The NFL is not going to take it away. So why wouldn't you take that as an opportunity to show everybody again that they're all wrong about how mentally soft you are? You know,
Dude, I could care less. The Dolphins win me a Super Bowl this year, man. Just gonna cry of
I mean,
tears
we've already
before.
won too many games for it to matter for the draft. So that's the
True.
point. Like, you got to be ready to step through the door if it opens again. And if that means winning too many more games, oh well. We've already won too many for it to matter. I mean, unless you believe that picking 18th is really different than picking 11th, we're still going to have to give up a ton to get into the, earlier spots if we want to.
Exactly.
What's that?
I'm
One
all
more
for.
seventh round pick for 2029? I mean, come on.
Oh,
You know?
I'm all for it, man.
Well, I don't have any. I mean, to me, again, I'm a fan. So I'm allowed to do this. I'm allowed to be like, hey, let's keep going in our hopes and dreams. You know what I mean? I'm not the one that has to realize that if the chance arises, they need to step through the door. I already know that. So I'm already at a point where you want to talk draft with me? Yeah, I think the season's over. I don't have any belief that anybody would step through the door, even if it did open again. Or if you want to talk our playoff chances, hey, I'm still a fan. I really hope for the best. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let's talk about what can happen. There's a lot of football left to be played. I would encourage that person by saying that. There's a lot of football left to be. I'm trying to be encouraging. If you want to talk about the draft, I'll encourage you. Let's talk about our what we can do positively in the draft. If you want to talk about, hey, we ain't done yet, fine. Let's talk positively about how we can win and what kind of luck we can get, or whatever. I mean, I'm fine with either. So that's where I'm at now. I'm actually enjoying myself for the rest of the season. I'm not going to let it all get to me and let all the haters get to me and nitpick what I talk about and why am I talking about the playoffs and and then on the other token, why are you talking about the draft when we're not eliminated yet? I'm not going to play those games anymore, Miss Phins. Whoever wants to talk to me about whatever, obviously, if a person wants to talk to me about our playoff chances, they want to hear encouragement, right? You're not going to go ask somebody about our playoff chances and just to have them tell you, "No, it's over," right? So if a
Yeah.
person wants to talk about with me, I'm going to talk about the reality of our mathematical chances.
We have a shot. That's the thing.
Right,
Like,
right, right.
we
So,
technically
but
still are
but if a
alive.
person is like, "Color, you've drinking the hopium," no, I haven't, because I don't believe none of that's going to happen. But you know what I mean, Miss Vince? I haven't drank no hopium. My hope is the same level it's always been. You either hope or you don't. There is no
Yeah.
level of hope.
You either do or do not. There is no try.
I mean, you can
No,
enhance
Miss.
your hope by having faith, but that's not a requirement either. Hope is hope. You either hope or you don't. And if you don't, and you want to talk about how we fix things and who should get fired and all that, well, yeah, well, let's talk. It's no big deal to me. I just don't want to be hated on because it sounds like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth. You know what I mean? I'm not. I'm just simply telling you whatever. I'm not playing the game anymore of you know what I should be talking about or what we should be focused on because of people's feelings about whether our chances on going anywhere or even if we had a chance whether we would do anything with it or not. I mean, whatever. I believe it's possible because we've demonstrated how it's possible tonight, and that gives me hope because I want to win. I'm still at the same spot I was at 2-6 when I told y'all I still want to win as long as we still have a chance. But at the same time, as a realist, do I
Dude,
believe any of that's going to happen? No, I'm not an
read
idiot.
this. Read this.
That's
New
kind of true.
England didn't start winning
Mudbone is.
until Greer
See,
left.
this is why I respect Mudbone because even though he disagrees with a lot of my stuff about Tua and all that,
Yeah.
he's listening to what I've been saying. He knows about Bobby Greer. He knows that New England wasn't winning until they got Tom Brady and fired Bobby Greer. Guess
That's
who else
insane
wasn't
to
really
me.
winning until they let go of Bobby Greer? The team that just beat us Sunday.
Texans.
So he's right. Mudbone is spot on right there. So again, do I care or want Greer to be fired? I'm not sure that's the quick fix. But am I upset if he does? Am I upset that people want him fired? No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because I can understand where Mudbone knows exactly what he's talking about right there.
Yeah. And even too, look at Chef Jew, and it's true. I had to think like I have seen the University of Miami win college championships. I've seen University of Florida and Florida State University all win the college football championship natty
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in my lifetime. I can't speak for them before, like what I'm saying. Like, I can only talk about
Right.
my lifetime. I've seen that. I've also seen My Florida Marlins win 2 World Series. I've seen my Miami Heat win 3 championships. And I just got to celebrate, and I got the score to prove it, people.
Right.
That my Florida Panthers last year literally won the Stanley Cup. And I've yet to see in my young life,
Even a competitive playoff game.
even I was gonna say, I'm like, I saw in 2000, what was it, 2008 that we won. I
Yeah.
remember that year when we won that one
But that
playoff.
wasn't even a
That
competitive
we
loss.
weren't even playing. Yeah, we weren't. We played in it, but we didn't even like. You know what I mean? Hell, the Skylar Thompson one was more
That
competitive
was
than
the
that
right,
one.
okay, I'll give you that. That was the most competitive playoff game we've had in a lot. And
The
that's
Skylar
probably
Thompson.
why there's people like me that are like, how can you
Me too.
trash Skylar Thompson? Like,
I said the
that's
same
the
thing, bro.
most competitive playoff game we've had
You
in
and
our
I are here,
lifetimes. I mean, come
but
on.
I don't know when was the last time the Miami Dolphins won a playoff game. I was a jit. Like I don't even remember it. So I'm not out here to try to pretend like whenever I hear Bills fans, yeah, 25 years now of not winning a playoff, man, that crap pisses me off
Mhm.
because I've watched every other major team in my state, my home state win. And
Well, at the same token, Miss Fins,
I've yet
championships
to
are
see
championships.
my Dolphins
Championships are championships. So, currently Chris Greer's record looks pretty average with its ceilings. Like when you look at the ceilings over since 2016, right? Again, if the door opens for us again this year, and we just so happen to step through it finally, then you have to say, well, Chris Greer amassed a roster with the guys with the mental fortitude to pull something like that off and get themselves right. In other words,
against all
you're
odds.
now you're
Against
now
all odds.
praising Chris Greer because even though these guys aren't the best at their position or whatever, they could finally, like, they had the psychological character to do something like that. So that's why it erases the past when you get that first chip if you're a general manager, because it's like, yeah, okay, it's on the
Yeah, you
players. Like,
suck,
it's
but it
always
took,
been on the
yeah.
players. And so it's easier to, give grace to the general manager. But when you're not getting that playoff win and your ceiling is getting embarrassed in the playoffs 3 times since 2016, sorry.
I'm gonna give you an
As much as
example,
I
bro.
want to stand up for the guy and know it's really not all his fault,
I can't.
ultimately, ultimately, it is. You know what I mean? So, you know,
It's frustrating because I'm gonna show you something that the Panthers. I still remember this, man. I used to watch the Panthers when we were so garbage. My God, like I practically had season tickets for 3 years straight watching. Like I actually do like hockey. I like all sports, period. But I,
I won't claim
being
the
that it's in,
Panthers. I don't like hockey at all. I don't
I
really
do.
care for
But
it.
being that I'm from Broward County and I'm from West Broward, like this is close to home for me, right?
And
So
my
me
old
being able
fellow
to see
St.
them,
Louisans love their Blues too. So if I was
I
to
know
be a hockey fan, I'd probably roll with the Blues.
that's fine.
A lot
But
of
my thing
character on
is,
that in that city for hockey. You know what I mean? They love their
we've
hockey there.
they do, but we've had some really decent teams as a Panthers, but we weren't getting nowhere. It took the new ownership to fire the old regime, get rid of really good players that were practically the foundation of this organization, and be like, I'm sorry, bro, but you gotta go. We gotta get some younger stars. We gotta get some different guys in here. Hire the right GM, hire the right head coach in Paul Maurice. Billy Zito, our GM, hired the right head coach of Paul Maurice. Everybody said he was washed. Everybody said that, oh, he hasn't played or hasn't won anything in like 20 plus years, blah, blah, blah. Over 100 and something games that, he didn't, more than that actually, that he didn't, hasn't won anything, right? But he put the ownership put the right team, the right GM, the right head coach, got the right scouting department around him, and the right assistant coaches with them, and picked the right players, the key players that we needed to beat our current opponents. And the opponents that we knew we were gonna face the most. Do you know what it was for us 2 years ago when we beat the Boston Bruins, bro? Like I was like floored. I'm like, did we actually just do this? Like in the playoffs? It was insane to me. Like this was crazy. And Tampa Bay always being somehow Tampa Bay is better than us at things. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah,
Because in baseball,
you've been drinking the Lewis Kool-Aid.
what are you talking about?
I guess he's a big Lightning fan.
Oh no, I'm just saying I can't stand the Lightning because they've always been in the middle of the way for the Panthers to win anything, and we've beat them back to back years losing to them. Right, sucked, but finally beating them last year was so great. And at the end of the day, what's up, Trevor? Texas Nation. Okay, whatever, man. Congratulations on winning your game. But finally beating the Lightning, finally beating the Boston Bruins, the Pittsburgh Penguins, finally being the Las Vegas Golden Knights, man, the teams that we've had to face in the playoffs multiple a couple years in a row, to finally host that Stanley Cup. Man, I cried, dude. Like I was so happy. So happy to see it. It reminded me when I was a little kid seeing the Marlins win, seeing the Heat win, and all these other teams win the championships. And it's like, why can't I get that for my team that I love so much in the Dolphins? It's just so frustrating. And it starts at the top. It starts at the top. And I truly think until this man just give up the team to your daughter. I don't care. But she needs to clean house, man. And I'm talking cleaning house. You get rid of everybody GM, coaches, half the team, players, the scouting department, everybody. I'm talking about complete gut this team. Bring the prices down too while you're at it because that's what I really need. But gut the team and start doing this right. Learn from the teams that have done it right. Ladies and gentlemen, there's one coach in the league of the NFL, the entire league of the NFL, that has won 100 games in two different franchises. Do you guys know who that head coach is? You should know, Color. Do you know who that is?
What was the question?
There is one head coach, the only head coach in league history to win 100 games with two different franchises. Do you know who that is?
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid. Andy Reid took an organization, mind you, who had, I forgot who the GM was, so you might have to help me with that one. But they had Alex, what's his last name again? I almost said Alex Rodriguez, but that's obviously baseball. But
Smith.
Alex Smith, thank you. They had Alex Smith. People forget that before Mahomes started playing, Alex Smith had already reached the playoffs and won multiple games. And if I'm not mistaken, Alex Smith also made it to the AFC Championship, if I'm not mistaken. Or I might be wrong. I might be wrong. But they actually won and got deep into the playoffs with Alex Smith. And it wasn't just 1 year. It was a couple years before they started Mahomes. But what happened? But who was there? They hired the right GM who hired the right coach and said, you know what? Andy Reid, you did your time with the Eagles. You were successful with the Eagles. Didn't win anything, unfortunately. But I see your vision, and I'm going to bring you in. Gave Andy Reid the keys to the kingdom, literally. Pun intended. And that man has turned that franchise around that literally hasn't done anything in like 300 years to not only a winning organization, but a consistently high level winning organization. Not by having the number one overall pick or having the flashiest players, but by being smart and strategic and seeing who is in my division, Who do I need to beat in my division so that I can be successful in the postseason and have an opportunity to put myself in the postseason? And who in my conference do I have to actually worry about that might be a threat to this? And I'm going to build this team from the ground up, from the trenches, like we love to say. And that's exactly what they did. And then they somehow stumbled into this kid that nobody really was taking a look at, was passed over by 12 other teams. And if I'm not mistaken, at pick 13, they got Patrick Mahomes. You got to be, to pick in the top 15, you're a bad team. You're not the worst team, but you're still a bad team. You're a mediocre team, aka the Dolphins. You might still be winning, might have still a winning record, but you're not winning enough to get into the playoffs consistently. Did everything they knew. They reevaluated everything, and now they have a winning culture. They even paid that young stud the first ever $500 million contract for 10 years for a quarterback because they knew what they had with that young man. They won the Super Bowl with that young man in his rookie contract. They didn't overpay for players and old veterans or anything like that. They built to the draft. They were smart in the veterans that they got, and they were able to build a winning culture. Man, there's nothing out there in Kansas, dude. There's none out there in Kansas. There's none out there in Missouri. Okay, I get it. You got music stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. There's nothing else. It's nothing but fields, man. It's the middle of America. That's what you call, I don't want to say flyover states, but that's what they call them, the flyover states. Number fields, cornfields. Did you not watch Superman? We all know this, people. There's nothing out there. But they got football. And now they reign supreme, literally. What's up, Lino, in the building, man? Thank you so much for that $5 donation, man. Why you keep having the Phins going to the playoffs? Newsflash, it ain't gonna happen. Go Bills, John 17 MVP. Bro, Lino, I love you, man. I appreciate
Yeah, we
yo,
actually don't
Lino,
have the
Lino's
Dolphins
good.
going to the playoffs. We're just going through the mathematical
Yeah, we're just going
scenarios.
through the math, bro. Like this is like literally the absolute like, hey, there's still a chance. You know what I mean?
Yep. Now we might not be taking the hopium, but we're peddling it for sure.
Absolutely. Opium dealer certified. Thank you very much. I've been caught 2, 3 times, but I'm evading the authorities. Uh, I remember Miami could have had Mike Tomlin. That is true, and unfortunately, we didn't take advantage. We didn't take advantage of that. It was too hip hop. It's okay because Mike Tomlin went to the right organization who believed in him. He made the right choices. Took a young quarterback with the skill set that he knew was going to help him not only win once, but won 2 Super Bowls with that quarterback. So right now, Mike Tomlin just celebrated his 18th straight winning season. That has to be a record at this point. No, it's not. What am I talking about? Don Shula. Anywho, and Shula, I think, had like 27 years straight of winning records or some insane. But still, Mike Tomlin is the gold standard, man. And I wish we had that, and we did. This is why I go back to it. We we flipping at the up. We had it. We had it with Flores, man. Flores is gonna get another opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, nowhere near the AFC. But when he does, he's gonna have the experience. He's gonna know exactly what to do. And do not be surprised. To me, I said this the minute we got him. Brian Flores will be the most successful coach out of the entire Bill Belichick uh, coaching tree. He will be. To me, he's already the most successful coach, period. But he will also be the most successful head coach as well. So thank you so much, Lino, man. I appreciate you, dude. Like, always showing your love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know. Go Bills. Josh 17 MVP. To me, he solidified that. He definitely got it. So Andy Reid only won NFC Championship with the Eagles. Yeah, he didn't win the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, he didn't win the Super Bowl. And we helped the Chiefs by giving them our draft picks. Wasn't it 5 or 6 picks that we gave for um for Tyreek? At this point, I'm not even sure, ladies and gentlemen. But as you can see, being that is the last league wide Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, we have of 2024. Color and I are extremely happy to be here with you guys. I appreciate all of you guys. Man, we got over 50 people in here. Guys, hit that like button. I know y'all are new to the channel. Thank you so much. Where are we at? Oh man, guys, yeah. We got 1490, 1490 subs. Guys, we're only 410 more subs to get to our 2000 goal before the season is over. And we could only do that with you guys. Only with you guys. So if you can help me out here, let's make it happen. We got to get to that 2000 sub, guys. And I know we can do it. I know we can do it. We can do it together. Tomorrow morning, honestly, Color, I don't even know what I want to talk about tomorrow morning. But I'm sure I'll come up with something. So come check out tomorrow morning. It's going to be fun because I don't know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow morning.
Tight end,
But
Pat Fryermuth.
Pratt Fire. Oh, snap. That's right. League wide Wednesdays. We still got to do our Impact Player segment. So thank God that my co-host reminded me. Um,
Matt
we
Stafford, QB.
okay, Stafford, and you say Firemouth.
Mhm. Uh,
Okay, I'm gonna put Bo Nix
ooh,
since you say we need to.
ooh.
Uh, in your scenario, you feel very strong about it, so I'm willing to go with your scenario. For
Chargers
my
defense.
damn, dude,
Who
I was about to say it. Running back. This one.
running back, Isaac Garendo,
No, because I don't even know who that is. Who is that?
San Francisco 49ers.
What happened to all the other guys? Isaac Guarendo?
Guerrendo, yeah. Guerrendo.
I definitely misspelled that. And you said it was 49ers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who do I
Running
got
back.
left? Wide receiver.
Yep.
Um, um, wide
Oh,
receiver,
on
not
Twitter,
narrow
I found
receiver,
this thingy. Damn.
not a narrow receiver, a
Here,
wide receiver.
If Miami wins out, Broncos can win all three. Chargers lose two. Colts lose one. Miami's 99% chance of winning.
I know. Chargers ain't losing to.
You never
I
know,
mean,
but
maybe.
you never know.
But I will go with ay, ay, ay. Mm, Who do we got that playing? Hold on a second. Where are them? Where are them? No, it's not a big enough game. Uh, um,
Why am I still watching this nasty ass video?
Zay Flowers, I guess.
Gross. Gross. Why the hell did I look at that? Why did I look at that? Oh! Mm, sorry. My bad, y'all. Mm, mm, mm. Shout out to the Panthers winning 4-1. I think. No, it's the second period. Well, we haven't won yet, but we're going to win. Ugh, I don't know why I looked at that. Sorry, that was disgusting. Okay, for my peeps. Ugh. No, it's making me itch everywhere. I'm going to get. I want to pick Dolphins, but I just can't stand my team right now, so I won't. Oh, give me a player in the Titans, bro. I don't care the position. Just give me anybody in the Titans.
Tony Pollard.
There you go. Tony Pollard to beat the Colts because we need the Colts to lose. So then, wide receiver. Oh, they don't have George Pickens, but the Steelers still have what's the other kid? Previous kids, Miss Phins. I know. I'm sorry, it's just nasty crap. I don't even know why I looked at it. Get off my mind. Ugh, sorry. Um, what's another wide receiver for the Steelers? I know Pickens. It's just my brain's not working right now. You already got Fryermuth, so I can't take him. I don't know. I'm gonna just say any wide receiver for the Steelers. You know what? I'm gonna say the Steelers defense. There you go, Steelers defense. I'll keep that. And I'm gonna go wide receiver. Wide receiver. I'm gonna go Nico Collins to beat the Chiefs, man. And then my tight end, you still need a wide receiver, by the way.
No, I said Zay Flowers.
Oh, I didn't say Flowers. Tony Pollard is hurt, bro. Give me a different run, a different player from I don't even know what. Man, think of happy thoughts like Peter Pan to forget. Oh, what you watch, Miss Vince. I'm gonna have to, dude. I'm gonna have to. Pickens is hurt too. I know George Pickens is hurt. I just need. I need a running back and a tight end, and he already took Fryermuth. The running back for the Broncos, they gotta have somebody else. Or who's the tight end for the Broncos?
I have no idea.
Me neither. I got it. I'm gonna go Mike Get Sexy. Good sexy. And then my running back. Ooh, no. Because I think they'll beat them. Ramondre Stevens. I'm never gonna get this.
Bucky Dent. No, I'm just kidding. Did I pick a running back? Yeah, I picked
Isaac
Isaac
Warren.
Guerrero.
Yeah. Miller, New Orleans. Kamara might play. Okay. Thanks, Cat for Life. These are our awesome members, guys. Appreciate y'all for sticking in and for honestly for donating. I know $5 might not mean a lot to some people, but it makes a huge difference for us. So thank you. Man, I gotta be up early as heck in the morning. Culler, final thoughts, because I'm ready to get out of here, dude.
Nope. Think I got them all in tonight. Everybody enjoy Saturday football this week. That'll be fun. Enjoy the game tomorrow. It should be a good one. And go Chargers.
Go Chargers! Wait, I thought we were rooting for. I thought we were rooting for.
No, I want the Broncos to lose. I don't know what you want.
Oh, then I'm getting. Then give me what's his name, Herbert. Then I only picked Bo Nix because I was trying to pick because I thought that's what we were going for. But okay,
I mean, a good one would be for wide receiver would be Mike Evans, but they're playing a junk team this week. You know, it's
that's why
like
I don't even. That's why I'm not even.
same
Those
with Keenan
like
Allen for the who does he play? The Bears.
or what Amon Ra, like they're playing the Bears,
Right,
bro. Like I'm
right,
not like come
exactly.
on, what the like stop. Like
But if the
not
Bears are
only
to pull out the upset, I guess Keenan Allen would have to have a game. You know,
or he'd have to have a monster. He'd have to take over and have over 150 yards and 2 tutties
which he
for
can
him to do
do.
that.
I
He
mean,
can. He's shown that he can do it, but it's gonna be tough. Just saying. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate each and every single one of you coming through, hitting that like button, guys. Holy smokes. I also want to go ahead and let everybody else know, guys. Yesterday was the Miami Dolphins roundtable over there at the AFC East Roundtable channel with TD and CB83. I was there and Big C. Guys, it already has over 3.3 thousand views in just one day. I'm like so unbelievably happy about that because I mean the last time they had a Miami Dolphins roundtable, dude, it only had 1.9. So that means we're moving the needle, which means more exposure and more blessings for them and for us, because we're trying to get more subscribers, guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm trying to get more subscribers. So just being honest, guys. I'm just being honest. So there you go. But yeah, man, I thought that was super dope. I'm not gonna lie, 3.3 thousand already in one day. Might even get to 5. I love it. Love you too, Chef Jill. See you in the morning. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Again, this is League Wide Wednesday, the last League Wide Wednesday on Wednesday night for the year 2024, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go ahead and say good night, farewell, uh, arrivederci, au revoir. That's it. That's all I got. So there you go. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Culler, say good night.
gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht. Oh, that's right. Gute Nacht. Okay, German. Anyway, see you later, guys. See you in the morning. Bye bye.